He was fucking with the mixer.
I'm
and
hearing 10
bro.
different voices every episode. It's making me lose my mind.
Oh yeah, you got to have it muted for sure.
Now I'm not gonna
Why
lie.
do that?
Sora Kirby might have to be at the best just because it exists.
What?
It might got to be up here just because it exists, bro. That's crazy. It might got to be the top, whatever this
just because it exists?
Yes, bro.
If
Sora
that's,
Kirby?
No.
That's insane.
No, if that's the case, then Cloud has to be fucking above it.
No, that's why I
Yeah,
put it
Cloud-
up. That's why
Cloud
I
goes
put it with
above
them. That's why I put it with them.
You put it with the other Square Boys.
Yeah. I really like Donkey Kong Kirby, bro.
Accurate.
I really like Donkey Kong Kirby.
I also love Donkey Kong Kirby. He's funny.
He's great.
This one should be regular Link.
This is fine.
Smooth.
How do we? Okay, these definitely go here. What the fuck?
I like the Fox one. The Fox one I think is all right.
Now, bro, look. No, they scalped Incineroar and put him on top of Kirby.
Tore his
What the
ears
fuck?
off.
Same with Yoshi.
And Yoshi. This is terrifying.
Greninja, I don't know.
For sure. What do we do?
They
with
could
the
have made it
helmet?
like a whole Yoshi head, kinda.
The
I
helmet.
think the helmet's going like decent.
They're at least decent, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only gonna order the top. Bro, but look at bro. These three are the best ones.
Yes.
These three are the best. These four are the best. Bro, but the beard is crazy. Minecraft is crazy,
Honestly,
bro.
one of the best. Yeah.
Like, okay, so
Hell no.
Yes.
It's time.
What are you guys doing? Attack! Fight back!
Nah.
Attack!
Nah.
Don't let them do this!
Nah.
He's already poisoned the
do
well.
He's doing it, bro.
He's already poisoned the well. And he's only been here for 5
Attack,
seconds.
man!
I'm
Fight
doing
back,
chaos checking.
please!
Having support
This is
for others to
disgusting.
kill chaos.
This is crazy.
This is truly.
probably
truly
me.
despicable.
No, probably.
Hey yo, how do I stop?
You know, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna take off. I think Wario Kirby's really good, but I think it's decent.
Are you ranking the Kirby forms? Oh my god, you are.
I think it goes Wii Fit Kirby, then Donkey Kong Kirby, then me Kirby, then. Why is Roy Kirby up here again?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it
I
because
don't know why
his
it's
hair's
up
red?
here. Yeah, but I think it is the best Fire Emblem hair one. Mainly because of the bandana, but I still don't think. Yeah, it's down.
Then what the hell is Ike Kirby doing down there for?
I did put it down there.
No, I mean all the way down there. Like
In
you have it
comparison
so
to
much
who?
lower than Ike.
It's in the same tier.
Right, but what makes? I'm trying to figure out what's the differential between the two then.
None. But Roy came first, so I put it up there. And as we were doing it, then I saw Roy again, and I said, you know what? Now that I thought about it, it does go down here.
Fair. 99 mines.
Wii Fit,
99
Donkey Kong,
malls.
We just got
Mega
some breaking
Man,
news, by the way, too. This is good.
I need you to skip 9 months there. I catch up.
Mega Man.
Never.
Is Bandana better than Captain Falcon? I don't think so. Captain Falcon Kirby's kind of crazy.
Captain Falcon Kirby's iconic.
Oh yeah, one of the best.
That's that man right
Actually,
there.
I think this order is correct. Now it's correct. At least the top order. 1,
Shulk
2,
Kirby?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to put a 10th one up here. It's gonna bug me.
Where's Shulk?
But not, he's in mid, I think.
I think he's in mid.
Yeah, he's next to
Robin.
Nato
Robin,
Kirby.
Robin and MK.
That
That's
abomination
a
needs to be
funny
at the
Kirby.
bottom.
I mean, he has a sword.
Wait,
99
Monado,
months.
I hated that thing.
Monado Kirby crazy.
Not when you fight against it, is not.
You know what?
yeah.
I think Sephiroth Kirby is. I like Sephiroth Kirby more than Cloud Kirby, but I might be in the minority for that. Yakuza Kirby is so cool.
Kazuya Mishima.
I'm putting Sephiroth Kirby up here. All right, now it's done.
Is every Kirby that changes the color of Kirby in top tier?
Yes, because there's only
Okay,
two.
good.
There's only two.
Donkey Kong Kirby goated.
He is goated, bro. That's why he up here with it, bro.
No, I just looked at him.
Donkey Kong Kirby. Me Kirby is crazy.
I don't like
me,
that one.
Me Kirby is so funny, bro.
It's so weird, and that's why it's
With
great.
the little mask on.
It's just he's just a smiling face. It's so,
I do like it.
It is great. Where Kazuya, he turned purple. Is that true?
Oh yeah, when he
No.
does his
Does
laser.
he? Oh.
Yeah, he gets
Oh,
He goes demon
oh,
mode.
wait. Oh, then that in that case, memes. Okay, well then that still goes at the bottom. Yes. Now we're done.
Here you go.
Now, what's everybody's favorite?
Game & Watch.
I also say Game & Watch. I like Game & Watches a lot.
I don't know. I don't have one for you.
Mine's definitely Snake.
How is Villager above Min Min?
What do you mean?
Min Min's is way cuter than Villager's.
It also clips into his arms.
Oh yeah, I guess it does a little bit.
And
But Duck Hunt Dog. Duck Hunt Dog too.
Villager just got a bowl cut on. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty decent. You go out, you go to church in that thing. Go ahead, Kirby.
Where's his Sonic one?
You know where it is.
I like.
Go back inside and change.
I like the banjo
Go
one
back
a lot.
inside and change.
I like
See,
the banjo one a lot just for the
April one's so bad.
I like the Rob one. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, the
He's-
Kazooie
You too,
plush is
yeah.
top tier. I forgot about that.
The Kazooie one is really crazy because I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, he gets a little plushy over.
The
That's
Bayonetta
fine.
one is amazing because of the glasses.
Oh
it
yeah.
really completes it.
Sephiroth one is great too. That's in the right spot. I like him.
Captain Falcon Kirby is fire. It's so fire.
It's so good.
And Ryu angry eye. Oh, I guess Kazuya has it too. The angry eyebrows.
Yeah. Ryu Kirby, I really like Ryu Kirby, but I think I like Terry Kirby even more.
Terry Kirby's my favorite.
Terry
he's
Kirby's
good.
great.
Kazuya also has the benefit of like the red eye as well.
Yeah.
Right,
He
right.
also gets cute little gloves because he doesn't have fingers, so they're like nubs. They're like,
They're like
caps.
mittens.
Glove
Did you forget
nubs.
what gloves without finger holes were?
Yeah, I forgot there was a word for that.
I think I
Now,
like Terry Kirby the most just because I know he can say, "Are you okay?"
All right, that's fair. I like Terry a lot because of how he talks. Maljack, yeah, bro. Dark Samus.
African American Samus, please.
What?
What if they're not even? What if they're
I'm
not?
just gonna, yeah, Chris, just
What
start,
if they're not African
start
or
calling
American?
Samus Black Samus. Just start doing that. Just
Yeah,
start doing that.
That's what Dark Pit's called in Japan.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it
just
Pit?
called Black Pit.
Black.
Is it Pit? Is it Black Pit or is it?
Black
Is it Pit Negro?
Yeah, I thought it was Pit Black.
No, it's not like Goku Black.
Oh, okay.
Money. He got money.
It had to be Goku
Happy
Black
late
because otherwise
birthday,
people
big
would be running
man.
around saying
With the Black
Goku.
Goku. I've been saying Black
Despite
Goku
the-
on the internet for years, bro. They wouldn't.
I was about to say that shit's been everywhere.
Right, Black Goku already been out, bro.
Thank you, brother.
I've been Google searching Black
Max
Goku
Ozell?
Where the
forever.
Black Saiyans at?
I'm not African or American.
This is one of my favorite all-time tweets.
It's pretty good. Seeing who it comes from too, yeah, that's pretty funny.
I'm not African or American. That is the most fire
That's
response you
facts.
can give another person.
That's facts.
Wait, who said that?
Oh, it's a tweet in here. Somebody on Twitter said, was talking about how there are so many Smashers who know I'm from the UK but are shocked when they hear a British accent. And then some guy goes, because the majority of Americans in our generation haven't seen, he meant haven't, he said hasn't, it's haven't, seen an African American with a British accent, and he said, "I'm not African or American," which he's right.
What is
That's
he?
accurate. That's accurate.
He's literally right.
But what is he?
That's
I mean,
a
but
black
we're all
man
African.
right there.
He a British nigga, bro.
But
Shut the fuck.
I just need it. I'm just curious as to what he actually is. Though.
Caribbean and British, same as me.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So he is African.
Afro-Caribbean.
Should we start?
It got, so it got very quiet.
Let me. Wait,
Before we
is
fly off
Roger
the
here?
rails.
Is Roger here?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay, let me go ahead and send all these fucking dorks over. Oh
Are
God!
we raiding now? Oh, finally.
All right, show's about to start, idiots.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
No,
Do you have
don't
the
activate
wait,
him.
Shofu? Do you have the page queued up?
Go ahead, nerds.
What page?
I'll give it to you. Hold on.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Chris,
come on, dog.
man.
Are you serious?
There you go.
That's too easy, bro.
Of
Also,
course.
if you're a sub, y'all know what to
Why
do.
you weren't supposed to say it? That's just too light.
The lowest hanging fruit tastes the sweetest, Shofu.
Hey yo!
Talk to him, Chris.
That banned, he says, "Don't send me to Roger. I'm banned."
Hey, all
Who's
you gotta
banned?
do is give him $50 and write an
And,
essay.
and, a,
That's
and a
all, that's
written
all you gotta
apology.
do. That's right. Of course. You could be unbanned very
Don't
easily.
you have
know
to
what
include
do.
an apology?
Of course,
Yeah.
you have to include
of course.
apology. Otherwise, I'll just take the $50.
That's standard operation. That's standard.
You know
operating
what?
procedure.
You know what, Roger?
You
I
treat
used to
them
call
like they
you.
back
I
in
used to
school.
call you an extorter because of that, right? But I guess that's a better option than them never being able to get unbanned. You might have really did.
Of course. And on top of that, too, it's
'Cause
like,
I
you
have-
know what the alternative is? This is the honest alternative. The honest alternative would then be me having unban requests on, in which I read out the stupid stuff that people say that gets
Oh,
them
you can't read
unbanned.
those.
And I would read them
I
on stream,
can.
and I don't care if I get banned or not because I've got a YouTube channel, so I don't really care. So I would read it on stream, and I would make fun of them. And I would go one by one and publicly humiliate them in order for them to be unbanned. So I personally feel like them giving me $50 is better than me publicly humiliating them.
Okay, Roger. You mean like this person?
For that too, because you can get canceled for that nowadays.
You mean like a ban request like this one where this guy's
humiliating someone for leaving something racist in my chat? I can get
Wait.
canceled for that? I don't think so.
Ew.
Is it always racist?
It depends how you.
It could be racist. It could be
Depends
sexist.
what
It could be
they
whatever.
say, and it
Don't
depends
people
what
do
you
unbanned
say.
I'm
requests?
gonna ban them regardless. It could come off the wrong way to me after I have just watched something else and I go, that didn't sit right with me. Ban, and that could be
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
now, Roger. Would you
Yeah.
ban somebody?
You have the final say, man. Nobody's supposed to.
Of course.
would
Of
you consider an unban for somebody who said, and I quote, "I caught a low punny. I'd breed with it. No ditto needed."
Do you know that
What
this
is that line?
I left that one alone. Yeah.
That's not an instant ban, Tito. I'm
Okay,
at
yes,
that
it is,
guy's
according to
house.
Logic.
No,
World.
I'm at his fucking house.
this sick mentality is spreading. I'm randomly coming across female streamers who are talking about having sex with low putties and gardevoirs, and I'm trying to understand where's this all coming from. I don't know if
Fidel,
it's
though. Fidel.
Look,
No,
bro.
hey, Fidel, shut up. You
I
don't
think
get-
you're gonna AO me for
Fidel,
that?
that is not me.
No,
You're
Fidel-
gonna AO me for that?
Fidel, now is the time you shut the fuck up. Because you guys are
He
getting a lot of
said you
strength.
go, hey yo, me for that. He's talking
listen.
about you. He's talking about
Okay,
you.
bro.
You really,
Okay, bro.
Ricky,
said
he
female
really
streamers.
AO'd himself because
Yeah,
he's talking about him.
females.
I'm not a female streamer.
You're
You
a
a
freak.
bitch if I ever heard one.
Oh my god.
We gotta start the stream. This energy is. We gotta take this right into the intro. We gotta start it. Let's just go.
Yeah,
This is
come
good.
on, man.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Japan Time podcast for March 15th, 2022. I'm your host, Rogers Base. I am joined by my co-host, Shofu. What's going on, Shofu?
You know, I'm out here. Yeah, settle down. You know, I'm out here doing my thing as usual.
That's right. And you know what? No, don't settle down, audience. Don't settle down because, see, Shofu and I, we're refined, right? Shofu and I, since the last episode, we have now gained another year. We've gone another cycle around the sun. And so I just want to say, do you feel like you've learned anything in this past year, Shofu?
Oh, absolutely.
Any knowledge you want to share with the chat?
All kinds of knowledge, bro.
So
I found out.
There we go.
That my heart been broke, but my dick still work. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
Okay, all right. Well, let's just continue the show then and get right into introducing some of our other co-hosts this week. Of course, we got Zeph. What's going on, Zeph? Amen. All right, Vera.
Certified hood classic.
What's going on, Vera?
I'm having a lovely night. Just enjoyed a cup out of my freshly acquired Japan Time mug, which you yourself can acquire from japantime.shop.
It's true.
Either.
That is right. Thank you very much for the plug. And some of you might actually notice, by the way, that my name has been changed to Japan Time Jacket, now on sale, and that's because we are officially launching the Japan Time Jacket tonight. Shofu, if you could please click that Japan Time shop link and show them our landing page right now. Let's open this up, everybody.
What is happening?
Bro, what the... Ricky, shut it down. Ricky, shut it down.
I gotta shut down Ricky.
Shut it down.
I moved him.
What happened?
I moved him. It's okay. Keep
Oh
going.
my God, shut it down.
What happened?
He was doing too much.
What in the world?
He was doing too much.
It was good up to a point, but then you had to stop.
Yeah, I moved him.
We had to shut that down. Thank you very much.
That turned into something completely
what
different, bro.
We had a nice still opening, and then all of a
hilarious,
sudden
bro.
people were farting and having diarrhea poisoning. What was that?
All right, everybody buy these right now.
Absolutely.
You see these? Look at them.
There's only
Absolutely
164 left. There's only
That's
164 left, man. The Twitter
So
exclusives.
you gotta buy them. That's right. So the Twitter exclusives, if you aren't following us on Twitter at Team Japan Time, you wouldn't have seen the early drop last night. But as you can see, we already have sold 36 of these absolutely beautiful Japan Time jackets. Shofu's got one on the way. I've been wearing one during my Triangle Strategy playthrough. It is just gorgeous, lovely. You got that beautiful logo with the shrine on the back of it. You got that patch that we added to the arm because people were asking for us to put that patch on the arm. We have the little embroidered, abbreviated version of the Japan Time logo on the front, of course, with that classic grid paper style to sort of reflect our roots, right? We started as a Smash Brothers podcast. We've got that training room style going out of the jacket. Fake Rogers Base absolutely went in with this design. If you remember, this was the design that won our merch contest a couple months ago, our logo contest a couple months ago. So massive shout out to Fake Rogers Base for designing this. And as Tito is saying with his name right now, buy our merch right now. Buy the coffee mugs, buy the jackets, buy the Ricky pill boxes, buy the Rogers Base plushies. They're all available now on Team Japan Time or japantime.shop. Both websites will link you to the landing page. Look at all this beautiful gear. Look at this. We got the logo hats. We got the Shrine logo hats. We got the abbreviated logo hats. Absolutely gorgeous. Chad is saying, when is the Shofu plushie coming? When is the Shofu plushie coming, Shofu?
Are you asking me, bro? Put me on. I don't know if you got that shit.
Well, I'll
okay,
hook you up. We'll have a Shofu plushie
now. As a hat wearer myself, a hat wearer extraordinaire, right?
Yes.
Connoisseur, all that. I'm gonna need
Of
some more
course.
colors, my brother.
So the nice thing is, I think we can do other colors of the hats. I think we can.
Do other colors of the hats.
I think we have to be able to do. The only thing is, we can't do other colors of the jacket because the jacket's
that's fine.
limited
That
edition.
makes
Obviously,
sense.
we can't do that.
It's like a
So
limited thing anyway.
right, exactly. So we can't do other colors, but I think hats and shirts there will be other colors eventually. So we will definitely start working on that. I actually think a black version of the hat with like white and red would look really cool. I would really like that. But yeah, I'm totally down for a Shofu plush.
If you ever bought a hat off Etsy, they always have like a whole bunch of. I mean, I'll show you later, but they always have like
show us later.
We'll go.
Well, because we've been doing. It doesn't matter. This is on the show, but it doesn't matter. Is we've been doing sort of prior to the show, in like the afternoon, we've sort of been doing like merch meeting calls where we've been getting together and like going on the website and seeing the different options. And let me tell you guys, like there are some really, really cool merch things that will be coming up in the future. For the time being, our main focus is on the jackets. And honestly, I feel like the jacket is the coolest thing that's in the shop right now. So I would say if you want to get anything, the jacket, because it's a limited time thing, because it looks so cool, I highly recommend getting that first. But yeah, there will be other hats eventually. There will be other shirts eventually. Alex, who's actually our contact at LIFO, just contacted me and said, amazing watching it now. So shout out to you, Alex. Thank you so much for helping us put together the store and put together the website.
Be put on blast like that.
Well, you know what? I don't care. This is what he signed up for. So Alex, thank you very much for all your help. And yeah, it is what it is. He's been fantastic, and LIFO's been great. Why would he not want to be? LIFO's been fantastic.
Because I feel like if he sent you a message, if he's watching, he could have said it in the chat, but he sent you a direct message.
Because
so
he's not
that's like, hey, I just want to let you know this is. He's watching.
Did somebody call him?
He's watching. He's saying amazing, watching it right now. Honestly, you're too worried, McDareth. You worry too much about everything. No one cares. Alex definitely would like this. Shout out to you, Alex. Yeah, that's fine. But it's good to have someone who worries for the rest of us. I think that's actually really nice. And McDareth, I know you have no worries this week. You have no worries this week because we just got a trailer for Sonic, and I'm sure you're very, very happy.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah,
for that movie.
I haven't even seen it.
Well, we'll talk about it in just a little bit, but I got to get through introducing everybody. We got a stacked show today. Of course, we've got the one, the only, the former editor turned member of the show. We got Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, how's it going? I don't have the right. Oh, I don't have the right.
The right? You don't have the right to what?
Therefore, I don't have the right.
I don't understand.
Oh, I don't have the right.
He doesn't have the right. What isn't there to understand?
Really do you have the left?
Like, is that an Elden Ring reference?
Could it be a dog?
Bro, I guess I'm nameless. I don't know what's going on. Praise the dog. So, the turtle. You're talking about the turtle. The turtle dog.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I know what you guys are talking about now. All right. And then we got Chris joining us. What's up, Chris?
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. Apparently, the Elden Ring stuff went completely over my head because I've been absorbed in triangle strategies. So
I just haven't played.
Apologies for missing that. That's fair enough.
The games have been absorbing their respective people. I unfortunately got gripped by.
At the same time.
It did. Yeah. Honestly, this has been an amazing 2 weeks. Lots of amazing games, and of course, on the topic of amazing, we are joined once again by the man who was gone for half a decade, but is now returned to our midst. We have the one, the only, the pretentious, the drug dealing.
Can you get on with it?
God damn.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other adjectives. The former inmate, the unlicensed pharmacist, the one, the only Mr. Ricky Cocaine. What's going on, Ricky? Listen, what's going on, Ricky? Ricky?
Now, okay.
Where did
can you hear me still?
What the heck is going on?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, you blew up my eardrums.
Oh, I'm sorry
Ricky?
about that, man. I'm really sorry.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ricky?
All right. You can
Are
hear
you
me?
there?
Wait, what are you
It's
talking
me.
about?
Roger, you going crazy?
Is
It's
Roger
Horizon.
is Roger fine?
It's Horizon. I'm begging for you to play me. I know you're busy with Elden Ring.
Is he?
I know you're
He's
busy with
so
triangle
weird
strategy.
today.
Ricky,
Roger.
are you there?
He's so weird
Did you mute
today.
him earlier and forget?
I didn't mute him.
He's doing a bit. He's doing a bit.
He's doing
I
a
think
bit.
he's doing a bit. I
Doing
think.
a bit.
No, Roger, can you seriously not hear Ricky?
I can't hear Ricky.
You muted this man because he was too fucking
must have
loud.
muted him.
You muted him.
I muted him.
You muted him when he started farting, bro.
You know my man
Oh
Ricky
my God.
Cocaine. You know my man Ricky
Free
Cocaine.
Ricky, bro.
Ricky
He's got
Cocaine.
free.
Okay, here we go.
Did
Here we
you
go. We're
hear
doing the
it
intro
free?
again.
Because
There
he
you
had
go.
a pillbox. He got his face on a pillbox.
He did.
You know, we're not doing a good enough job in terms of really selling this merch right now because you didn't use any sort of emotion to capture their feelings. We're gonna not see any. Look, I think
Okay,
it's
you
time
know
for
what?
me
You
to
can do a
own.
good job of selling the merch. All them shitting sounds you were playing earlier. I didn't do a great job.
That was
Listen
hilarious.
to it.
That was hilarious. It was worth.
Yo,
It was funny. Actually. All right, so Ricky. All right, the floor is yours, Ricky. This is how we're gonna open the show. Ricky, please sell our merch. Convince these people.
I'm about to alt.
Right
I'm
now.
about to alt. I'm about to alt.
Oh no,
Okay.
not the tears.
You don't have enough mana.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ricky Cocaine, and for the last 9 years, I've co-hosted a podcast with these.
We are
these
dropping
10
viewers
bastards.
just right now. I just want people to know
With
we
these
are
10
dropping viewers.
bastards who have never done anything for me a single day in their life. And if it wasn't for the love y'all have shown me as an audience, the way you held me down and kept me grounded, from every wound and every pore, they have hemorrhaged me of money and my time, my precious time. And I'm never going to get it back. And this is my only way out. This is my only way out. I need y'all. I'm begging y'all. Please, just raise your credit cards and your debit cards into the sky. Raise them high, please. And send your money into the great money spirit bomb. This is the only way I'm getting out. And I swear I won't leave y'all. I would never leave y'all no more. But I can't be with these abusers no more. Fidel continues to put his hands on me every night.
Oh, what? Hey, what happened to me? Why am I involved? What?
If you can't do it for me, at least do it for Shofu. At least do it for Shofu. Look at him. He's starving. He's nothing but skin and bones. If we don't act now, there will be nothing left of him.
A month ago. Why am I involved?
Please just buy this jacket. Buy the pill box. The pill box is probably more important than the jacket, but you can get the jacket first. Get the jacket first, then the pill box, please.
The jacket is more important. The jacket is $79.99. The pill box is like $20. The jacket's more important. Buy the jacket or a Rogers.
That's how you sell. That's how you sell. Look, it's rising. It's practically there.
After that, I
30
didn't buy anything from
Hey,
you.
one has been sold. One has been sold since the stream started, man.
Since you started the stream.
Oh,
To be fair, that's irrefutable proof. Like he got that. Like you can't even.
That's true. Yeah,
he
literally,
got
you
that.
sold the jacket, so there you go.
So-
That works.
He got that.
Yeah. All right. What are we talking about today?
Well,
What are we talking about?
we have a lot of stuff to go over. We got like a lot of stuff. I guess we're gonna save Elden Ring for last because Tito and Viram have both requested for it to go last because they haven't been playing it, which is fair. We got the Kirby demo, we got the State of Play, we got the Mario theme park, we got the Sonic trailer, we have that Have a Nice Death game, we got the Evo news. Like, what do you guys feel like starting with this week? Because I'm honestly open for whatever.
Did we not do? Oh, well, okay. Never mind.
I'm done.
I was honest, we did Evo before. We didn't talk about the games that are actually in it.
We didn't talk about the games that are actually
Okay,
there.
well, we can talk about Eva.
Yeah.
I'm down to talk about Evo and how they fucking had a 3-hour set in between every game being announced. What the fuck
yeah.
is that
Oh,
shit?
God.
Let's do it. Let's go. Okay.
I didn't even watch the thing because IGN leaked the entire game list during the stream. So I just
Nice.
Did they
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
I didn't see
IGN
that.
leaked it, everybody dipped.
Yeah, because they were.
saved the day.
I don't understand the point. Why are they trying to drag out the announcement? Like, it was like a 2-hour
wanted to
stream, bro.
They wanted people to watch the whole thing because they knew if they
They had to
revealed the
get those
frame one,
ads
everyone
in.
would leave.
But
I just don't understand
No.
how it was more entertaining before, considering what was happening before. Like, it should have just been straight to the point. Then, if there was no actual person talking, like they had people talk about a game, and then they went to commentators who then announced the game, and then the commentator commentated a whole set, an exhibition set that I don't care about. It's crazy, bro. It was crazy.
We should actually tell
sucked 'cause,
people.
like the production of this one was like way better than all the previous ones, and them getting
Right.
Sajam and Tasty Steve to announce the games was definitely a good shout. But then it just dragged on for long, dude. I was watching this shit at like 3 a.m. I was like, dude, I wanted to go to bed 2 hours ago.
I mean, I said it at the time. Bro, just drop the image. Just say we're gonna drop the image, or if you want to announce them one by one. But that show should not take more than 20 minutes. There's
But
no
then they can't
reason.
get their ads
Yeah.
in.
No, okay. But
Yeah,
that's
they prolonged it to. Why didn't they just announce all the games and then show exhibitions after?
Yeah, that's how it's saying.
Now, obviously,
You're gonna have a nice
obviously, way
exhibition
more
Yeah.
people would have left during that, but it's still not as bad. Like, if they announced the games,
There would have been people that stayed.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm saying as soon as they announce all the games, 12,000 of those people are leaving easy.
Yeah,
of course.
So I get why they didn't, but they got to consider like that watching experience was not it.
I mean, I don't think they really.
I'm
care
sure
about
that
the watching
Sony
experience.
owning it is part of the problem now.
Sure.
Yeah, because they have to get their sponsorships and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's not just a guy.
I mean, it's to me that shit was weird considering the games that were announced are every last one of them was obvious as hell except for Skullgirls to me. Like,
yeah,
well, we had baby 10 years in the making. Let's go.
Finally,
Skullgirls is in. I was shocked at the lack of Marvel 2. I really thought they were going to do Marvel 2 just because of all the momentum that game's been having in the past year.
I think you're still going to get a Marvel 2, but I think it will be its own. It's not going to be an official game, but I think it will be.
You can't play it on PS4. That's why. That's what I'm sure. Because literally every single match, I don't know if people heard about this, every single game is going to be played on PS4. And the game list, which I guess we didn't go over yet, is Street Fighter V Champion Edition, Guilty Gear Strive, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Tekken 7, The King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood, Dragon Ball Fighters, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and Skullgirls.
Oh my
god.
Yeah. Grand Blue actually is a little surprising.
Grand Blue's great though. I'm happy it's going to be there.
Game, but it's like it's just been. It got screwed over pretty hard by it having awful online and no rollback. And then
the thing is, right? It was meant to be a main stage game at Evo 2020, and then that obviously didn't happen. So they're likely just giving it its chance now.
Before DNF Duel comes out.
Yeah, just know that Smash Bros died so that Skullgirls could live. Let's go.
Finally, thank God.
Let's go.
Smash Bros on a PS4.
It's literally like the opposite of what happened back in like 2013.
The fans. Right, we were trying to get. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I mean, obviously the presentation could have gone a little bit better, but I'm obviously very interested to see what the attendance numbers will be for the first Evo back. I mean, obviously we had CEO or whatever, but you know, Evo is still the largest fighting game tournament in the world.
Yeah,
still,
nuts.
So I'm really interested to see what those final numbers are. I would not be surprised, honestly, if like, you know, I would say that. I'm not going to be surprised if like Tekken is like the biggest game there, like in terms of raw numbers. Like I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Really?
I wouldn't.
I think Street Fighter V is going to get a resurgence. It's the last time Street Fighter is probably going to be. Street Fighter V will be Evo, so I think that might get a big entrance.
I would also argue, like with the hype about like surrounding the game, that Guilty Gear is probably going to have a huge push. That there's going to be a lot of people super stoked for Guilty Gear. Yeah, Guilty Gear to me feels like
this is Strive's first offline Evo.
Right.
I totally forgot.
I feel like Guilty Gear is going to be the Dragon Ball of this year. Where like when Dragon Ball Fighters had its first year, that everybody was super hype about it, and all the players, even from different games, were entering it. I kind of feel like that's what Guilty Gear is going to be this year.
What is like the landscape of Guilty Gear right now?
I have no idea. I just know that like I know a lot of people who don't normally play fighting games, who don't normally watch fighting games that aren't Smash Brothers, which again the argument could be made, party game, fighting game, whatever. But still, I know a lot of people who have been watching Guilty Gear and playing Guilty Gear, and so I feel like it's not quite to the same extent that Dragon Ball was its first year, but I do think it's going to get a pretty big push.
I mean, Guilty Gear has a really
right now.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm surprised right now. King of Fighters and Guilty Gear this is just Steam because you can't track console where more people play.
Right.
But, King of Fighters and Guilty Gear have the same amount of active players right now, which really surprises me.
Really?
Yeah.
Considering
how small the all-time peak of King of Fighters was compared to Guilty Gears.
And that's what you said. Those are PC.
Yeah, PC
Part
on
of that
Steam.
is because King of Fighters 15 is still in its honeymoon period, so just a lot of people are still playing the game because the game's only been out for like a month. I think give it a little bit longer, that number is probably going to go down, and it will stabilize at whatever it needs to be. But I don't think it's going to be as high as it currently is. Whereas Strive's number is what it's like. It is what it is.
I would not be surprised if there was a little bit of a Smash Brothers bump as well with Terry and Smash Brothers now too, and that would potentially get people interested in King of Fighters who never would have played it before. Because we've seen this with multiple franchises in the past, where you get a character in Smash.
You could say the same with Tekken too, though.
Oh, well, but it's different though, because I feel like King of Fighters has always been a little more niche than Tekken has been, at least in the States.
I mean, and this might be jumping ahead too much, but this Evo lineup is cool, but I'm I'm anticipating next year's Evo lineup, or even the year after that. Because think about the fighting games that we know are definitely coming out in the next two years. Project L, Street Fighter 6,
Multiverses.
Yep.
Multiverses.
That's right.
Multiverses. Whatever the fuck. No, whatever the fuck NetherRealm is also working on. He already said it's not Injustice. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah. They already said like it's not Injustice, which is a crazy thing to just let the speculations run wild.
Also, they just announced they're porting that the JoJo game to modern consoles as well too, during that state of play.
Is that 2D?
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2D.
It's kind of 2D-esque from what I can gather from the things that Namkai has put out. It looks like it's somewhat closer to like what Tekken is, not like the full arena fighter that that All-Star Battle was.
Yeah, it's like 2.5.
Yeah, that game was also very good though. Like, I don't remember if people, or I don't know, I should say, if people remember this, but that JoJo game was one of, I think, only like 20 or something games at the time that got a perfect score from Famitsu. Which, like, now a perfect score from Famitsu doesn't mean as much, but when that game first came out, that was like a huge surprise that game got a perfect score.
I'm just so. And I know we're talking about this year, and I don't want to kind of detract from that too much, but the next 2 years of Evo and fighting games, like it has the potential, not saying that it will, I personally don't think it will, but it has the potential to be the largest expansion of player base for fighting games ever. Like even more than like the 07, 09 boom. Just by IP alone.
Sure.
Just by having, Project L exist, having...
And I mean, there are rumors, too, of there being another fighters game, right, that's in the works. We don't know. There was, I think, like a trademark or something for My Hero a while ago. No, I'm not. This was like last year. And it got very underreported, which was bizarre.
No, that was fake.
Oh,
that turned up fake. No, it was just a fake.
I knew
being like
everything out of
Rogers. They were
Rogers.
gonna announce
no, not every.
My
No, but
Hero 2D fighter.
Oh, okay, so that was fake then. Okay, well, I'm glad. Good.
You can't get me too hype about that though.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you're gonna get a new fighters in the next 2 years. We're not getting a new fighter. That's cap.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we are going to get another one. Also, considering One Piece is kind of nearing its end right now, it might make sense to have a One Piece Fighters game.
I really hope so, bro. That'd be insane.
Wait, also, on the topic of One Piece, real quick, I want to give a shout out.
One Piece would also make way more sense to be like tag based too.
Bro, I hope
whatever happened to the My Hero one?
Wait, I'm trying to give the birthday boy his plug. Let me give the birthday boy his plug. On the topic of One Piece, got to give a shout out to Worst Generation. Shofu and Matt Houston absolutely killed it. If you haven't heard it yet, go listen to Worst Generation.
Guess I'm just chopped liver then. I'll go. Oh, yeah.
You plugging me on my own channel? I did.
But wasn't the weren't we all talking about the rumor for the My Hero fighting game that was supposed to be made by?
I just need any anime fighting game that isn't a fucking arena fighter, bro.
Another fighters type
game.
Hey,
JoJo's is coming out, man. It's time.
I'm not gonna play that. I'm talking about an actual 2D fighter.
Right.
Like an actual competitive
Honestly,
game.
You don't even play fighters, and it's right there.
I played it, but what do you mean I don't play fighters? I had my time with the game. It's like I didn't play it at all.
Of course.
That game is also honestly really dog shit to play online.
Yes, especially when we
play. Bro, the fighters players have been begging for a fucking rollback for years, bro.
It's because of Bandai, bro. Bandai's a bitch.
Is rollback hard to implement? Why can't they just put it in?
Unless you are building your game. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Unless you build it from the ground up with rollback in mind, you can't. It's very hard to start off with it or just shove it in.
It's doable. They did it with Mortal Kombat 10, but it took them a lot of time and money to do that. So a lot of companies will not do that.
Okay.
They're over there crying. They're seeing all these games. They're seeing all these Blaze Blues and what's the other one that just got rolled back?
Persona 4 Arena.
Yep.
Yeah, Persona 4 Arena. Awful, Persona 4 Arena. First of all, where's P5?
There's a couple of
that is another thing. Yeah, P5 Arena seems like something we'll eventually get.
I don't think we're getting that.
There's that guy that's adding rollback to the entirety of Yuzu, not just Ultimate, which means sounds fucked up, but the optimal way to play Fighters and Samurai Showdown would be on the Switch through NetPlay.
That's correct.
You're talking.
Wow.
That is
So
correct.
when that gets completed, that would be the best way to play those games.
And
Wait,
right now
is
people
Samurai
play them
Showdown
through
on
Parsec.
Switch?
I don't know. Actually.
I don't think so.
No. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
Is that game
Fighters
dead?
is.
Yes, but no, but
Samurai
yes.
Showdown?
Yes.
Oh wait, no,
yes,
Samurai
but
Showdown
no,
is
but
on
yes.
Switch.
Samurai
I'm
is-
not
never
crazy.
mind.
Yes, but no, but yes. Like I love that game. I think I was like I'm not gonna say I was the only one, but I was definitely the one like most hype on this when they announced Samurai Showdown. I played that shit for way too long, and even when I was still playing, like it's tough.
That game looks infuriating.
It's really fun. Like it's really fun at the beginning when you're learning, and it's really fun when both players are equal skill level and they both know what they're doing. But anything in between is just dog shit. It's just dog shit. It's not fun for anybody involved. Like it's tough.
That's
Do
tough.
your arms and shit still get cut off in that game? Or do they remove that?
They
You
remove
just
that.
drop your weapon.
Yeah, you get a
take it out.
disarm,
Okay.
so it's a different kind of disarm. You know,
I guess it would be kind of crazy to do that in 3D, but
I mean, you can
I'm
do
still
it.
kind of stuck. I'm stuck on the idea that you don't think we're going to get P5 Arena with how
I don't
much
think,
they've
I don't
milked
think, I don't think
Persona.
we ever get P5 Arena. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Because like let's put this. Okay, so P5 and then P5 Royal. P5 Royal did very well. Then they released how many other games after P5R?
was, Strikers, I think.
The Strikers
did,
right?
Strikers,
There was,
there's dancing.
There's dancing all night.
There's
There's
Q2.
right, like
Sure.
and by the time they would finally get to P5 Arena, P6 is probably going to be in development. Like
I mean,
P6
but
is in development now, but,
P4
like,
Arena
it's
came
a
out
year-
when P5 was, or P4 Ultimate
Right.
at least, came out when P5 was in development.
Right.
P6, I'm assuming this happens with every game as they get more popular, and Persona saw a huge boom with 5. They probably started working on the game as soon as as soon as 5 was put out, I'd assume.
Sure. I don't know.
Seems to be
6
the
though.
case with development now.
6 feels like the kind of thing that like is going to get announced next year for sometime in 2024 and then gets released in 2026 just
Okay, but
based
what
on like
color
how
is gonna be
Persona
the main
games
color?
I don't
it's
know
gonna
what's
it's gonna be purple.
They did
purple. Okay.
That's all.
I mean, I don't know if if they want to acknowledge the first 2 games. I guess
Yellow was
but
P4, red was P5, 3 was blue, right?
They're kind of
like-
they're kind of just left with
Green?
Green.
Yeah, I want green.
Yo,
Oh, green. Is P5 red? Is that like that's
Yeah.
red?
Yes,
Yeah,
P5
for
is
sure,
red.
for sure.
Right? So like
Well, to be fair, P2 and I think P2 and P5 share a color.
yeah,
I
like
might
P2 and
be
P
wrong.
like P2 is also it's not as red, but like it's kind of red. P5 is
Also-
really red, bro.
That Atlas is now a Sega, and Sega is very weird with how they run stuff. So you can almost never guess what they're gonna do because I don't think Sega knows half the time what the fuck they're doing.
Regardless,
Is it Sega or Sonic team that just sucks?
No,
Is it-
it's
or is
No,
it
it's,
both?
it's Sega. It's Sega.
It's Sega.
Okay.
All that
Sega's
stuff
really
kinda
weird with
trickles
how they
down.
handle announcements.
yeah, I really don't think so, Roger. I don't think we're getting it at all, to be honest.
Dang, too bad. Too bad.
Oh yeah,
I think
isn't
it would
Soul
sell really
Hackers
well.
2 a thing?
Oh, I think it is actually.
Yeah, Soul
Didn't
Hackers
get
2.
announced? Yeah.
I found my
yeah.
copy of Soul Hackers 1 in the box still in my closet the other day.
Well, while
Like
we're on
not
the topic
sealed,
of
but
Sega,
just oh.
I was gonna say while we're on the topic of Sega, we might as well shift gears a little bit and talk about the Sonic movie trailer because I know there's some people here who are very excited for that. So Fidel, you want to take it away?
Yeah, man, it's final trailer. They showed it. I thought it was gonna show way more than it was going to, since it was the final one. But everything about this movie, man, perfect marketing. Everyone's talking about it. They got Knuckles doing fury punches. He's got all the moves, bro. We got Tails is randomly knocked out. People are worried Tails is gonna get a lot of showtime, but he's gonna be there a bunch. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be a good time, man. That movie, 3 weeks away. I'm ready. I want it now.
I feel like it's funny. I feel like this is the first trailer we saw the human again.
Yeah,
all the other trailers
right?
did not show him.
Yeah,
Like, what's
no,
his
no,
name in
no.
this movie?
Tom,
I
I
don't
think.
No, his real name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, the actor's name.
Hard?
James Marsden. James Marsden.
James Marsden.
But that's a
He
good
was
thing.
good. I liked him actually.
Oh yeah,
I thought
he was
in the
good in
movie.
Enchanted too.
It was just like I think when the movie was first announced, or the original movie, I thought an issue people had was it was going to be Sonic and this person you didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like if you were a Sonic fan, you want to see Sonic and all the other Sonic characters in a movie. You didn't get that. You got Sonic, this other character, and an Eggman who was literally just Jim Carrey playing himself. But it worked. I like the way Jim Carrey played the character, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one. But it's nice to see and all the promotion for this movie has been Sonic, Tails, Knuckles.
That's awesome. Yeah, because now they have the confidence.
They've been laying on the fan service thick with this film.
Insane.
comparative to the
That new
previous one.
poster, the poster that looks like
Yeah,
the
the
box
Sonic
art for Sonic 2.
Sonic 2,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like
you
everything
think-
they've done marketing wise is perfect.
I'm excited for the third movie
Chris, Mike?
already.
Damn, imagine having to wait 3 weeks to see the film. That's crazy.
All right,
Imagine
whatever.
Dragons.
You.
You know what? Talk your
Alien.
shit, bro. Talk your shit, bro.
Was
Yeah,
Mike gonna
Roger
say
can't be
something?
the only
Mike,
person
what was your
flexing on
question?
this show.
Huh? What am I gonna say?
What was
Something?
your question? Yeah,
Wait,
you
I
said,
don't know.
what if?
I don't think I was gonna say something.
I was the one asking the
Oh,
question.
you said what if?
That was
Okay,
tricky.
yeah.
Yeah, I was asking. Do you
What's up,
think
Ricky?
we're gonna see Supersonic? You think we're gonna see Supersonic?
No,
They
I don't.
probably
I don't
saved that
think
for
they're
the
gonna do
Shadow
that.
movie, right?
Because my thing with this is it's not. I don't think it's a Chaos Emerald because it's Knuckles defending it where it is. I think it's the Master Emerald, and that doesn't normally go to Supersonic.
Yeah. There
Like-
are Chaos Emeralds. There's like a
Yeah.
wall
Or
that shows
not even
like,
Shadow. Wouldn't they say? Well, I guess they would say that for Shadow or Metal Sonic.
Shadow, I
Yeah.
feel like Shadow
Yeah, I
is going to
think
be the
it's-
stinger for this movie. I feel like we're going to get a little glimpse of Shadow.
Like the first movie was basically Sonic 1. This one
Right.
is like 2 and 3. So I think
Yep.
they would do CD. I think they would go with Metal.
Oh, Metal
Put
Sonic.
Metal
Oh,
in
Metal
interesting.
and
Okay,
Amy.
cool.
Honestly,
get
I'd
do
be
the
cool
whole-
with that. Metal and Amy would be neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want Metal over Shadow though? I kind of
Yeah.
feel like I want
Yeah,
Shadow to
I
happen
feel like,
before Metal.
I feel like
I would
Metal
rather
would
Shadow.
look. I mean, Shadow. I don't know. I guess I just like Metal Sonic more, but I feel like Metal Sonic would be a cooler
It's
antagonist.
just two different
than
fan
Shadow.
bases.
And this is an actual question, like a very rare actual question, because I'm curious about the lore. Like, because as at this point, Shadow is not really seen as an antagonist, right? It's
No,
but,
he's not.
But
He's
like,
just like an
but-
anti-hero.
He's like an
introduced
anti-hero,
as
but
the
like,
Vegeta.
but like,
became Vegeta.
but like, Metal Sonic is an actual antagonist.
Yeah,
right?
Metal
Yeah.
Sonic's always a villain. There's like,
Yeah.
there's a couple games you can play as him, but almost every time you play as him, he's just against.
We all know what
Sonic. It's
character I want.
Race at the same time, kind of stuff.
Except for when he swats away his hand. It was sad.
We all. I just
Oh,
want the end of the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
for them to pan over to a lake and just see my boy fishing.
Jesus.
It's like talking about my boy.
Don't
Big the
don't
Cat.
do
Yes,
this.
sir.
Don't do this.
You know, now that I think about it, you
You're
kind
better,
of look
you're
like
better
Big
than
the Cat.
this.
I just want him out.
I
He's
genuinely.
gotta make a random
What's wrong
background
with Big the
cameo.
Cat? You're a hater.
Yes, I am.
He just gotta be randomly
Look
on
at
the.
Starbucks.
on the
No,
snowman.
I genuinely.
Isn't it because McDermott is fat phobic?
No, what?
Don't do that.
God,
Bro.
that's a crazy.
You know what? You know what? You might be right. McDermott is mad skinny. You might be right. McDermott is mad skinny. You might be on to something, bro. That boy
I
got
mean, there's no real reason for you to despise Big the Cat because he's just chilling.
That's
I don't
what
know.
Big-
Okay, give us one solid reason that isn't about his weight, McDermott. I'm waiting.
When you stop yelling,
McDermott got
Sonic
2%
and
weight.
I haven't raised my voice. This is my natural speaking voice.
Oh my
Okay, so
god!
what
No,
do you
you're
mean?
loud as
The
hell.
most you're gonna get for Big the Cat is
Hold
they're
on, let
gonna
me
get
turn
a
it down.
new fat cat. They're gonna be
play
like,
Sonic
blame
in
the
the picture, and here comes the Big the Cat's dumbass, and I have to.
Why is he dumb?
I'm trying to
my
play Sonic
God.
Adventure.
Are you Froggy?
He's slow. He's not dumb. There's a difference, man.
Bro,
Yeah,
That's crazy.
he's a very
you
intelligent.
get-
So
get
now,
your
he's,
hands
so now
up,
he's fat and
He does
stupid.
walk slowly.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
really
one of
seeing who
those.
you are, McDermott.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that character.
Okay.
get him out.
That's
Get
crazy.
him
as
out.
hell.
The better.
I don't like how
Listen,
I don't like
listen.
how a lot of people that interact with this series say get Big the Cat out, but they will stand the ultimate life form that can't swim.
Listen,
Yeah.
Big the Cat.
he
No,
can't
listen.
swim.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It don't make
You're
sense. to
fine
me.
with that?
Yes, I am.
Meanwhile, my boy out here in the field all day, minding his damn business. Big the Cat's a hero, bro.
No, the cat does everything by accident. Oh,
and he
Okay.
still does it.
That's
Does he
his,
not?
that's his blessing,
He
bro.
still gets it
You
done.
really,
where
you
the
really
top- that's
hating on
fine.
my man's right now. Now you
know what
really
I'm
Let me
saying?
ask you, Gareth, let me ask you a simple question. Do you like Buggy in One Piece? Do you like Buggy?
not really.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have no taste. That's fine.
Oh my god!
Bro, it was option select. It wasn't option select.
That OS was crazy.
That was a crazy option.
What
frame was that?
That's
That's
character literally
broken.
written for you not to like him. What are you talking about?
No, but I mean, like, he fails his way to the top, and he's a funny guy, and you like him, and that's how I see Big. Big fails his way to the top. He's a funny guy.
OS was
Well, look, it's one of two things. It's one of two things. It's one of two things. McDermott, one of two things. It's one of two things. You either don't like the fact that he fails to the top, or it's as Ricky stated.
I literally said,
and you don't like fat people, and that's it. It's one of the two. That's what
Why
it is,
is this getting
McDermott.
so heated?
I literally said I don't like that Big. The whole thing. Like Big. People put Big as a hero. Big does everything by accident. I don't like that about Big.
Right. No, and that's what I just said about Buggy, but it's the same
Wait,
thing.
I have a question. Was the
Like
last
Buggy.
episode
It's the same
was
reason.
the last episode's ending McDareth dying?
Yes.
Is this what's happening right now?
Yes. So the crazy,
No, not yet.
not yet.
Oops. Let's keep going.
The crazy, you know how crazy you gotta be to mind your own business all the damn time and still accomplish the mission. He's handling his own business and still. That's crazy,
It's
bro.
just
Y'all-
chasing a
you
frog.
sleep.
That happened
You're not
to be a
even.
Chaos Emerald.
They don't listen,
That's
bro.
all he does is run after a frog.
He's not listening.
See, and Sonic See, I like Big more in Sonic Heroes. But every time I think of Big, I think of Sonic Adventure. That's the first time I had to deal with Big and just Big. He's annoying. Sonic Heroes, when he's with Cream and Amy, okay, whatever. It's a team. Team Sonic Racing, who cares? Yeah, it's fine too. But Sonic Adventure, Big the Cat, no. I don't want to have to play that
He's
character.
not
ever
even
again.
listening. But do they
I
ever?
don't need to listen.
You really
Oh,
hate
Big
my
the
man,
Cat
Big
or
the Cat.
McDermott,
No
the
reason.
They never listen, bro.
I don't need to listen because you're talking
look
to me
at
about
that.
Sonic shit, and I spend too much time on this. So here we are.
So you spend too much time.
Man,
Yes, I do. Fuck Big the Cat.
McDermott only likes Sonic because Tails got the same name as him, bro. He don't even really like Sonic, bro.
Didn't even know that until later.
I think that might be fact.
Yeah,
When I first
he a fraud. He a
I
fraud.
did not know that.
He a
It was later I
fraud,
learned
bro.
that.
All I know is I'm looking at the poll in
Wait,
chat right now.
your name is Miles?
82%.
Yes.
80%
I didn't even know that.
Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to give away the government, bro.
You literally look at my name, you will not find a picture of me, so it doesn't matter.
You gonna see the whitest man you ever seen.
Oh my god.
Ever?
Ever, bro.
It can't be ever.
Ever.
Ever's.
You ain't
Ever's
ever gonna
kinda
see
crazy.
McDermott.
Ever's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Right now, it says 77% of the chat likes Big the Cat more than
Of
McDermott.
course they do.
Big
Wait,
Cat
wait,
is
wait,
here?
so let me-
Oh my
let
god,
me
how
vote.
crazy ass poll is
Why are we
that?
bringing this up? This was very
I also like that. I also like
Oh
that.
my god,
Because
I didn't even
Roger
see
wasn't
that until
about
right now, bro.
Actually, 81%.
That's so funny.
82% in favor of
Hey,
Big the Cat.
Debbie is
I
in the
didn't get my
chat,
vote
man.
in there
Debbie
yet.
is in
Here we
the
go.
chat.
I didn't get my
Here
vote
we
in
go.
there yet.
That's crazy.
It's
Anyway,
588 to
I'm
130
super
right now.
excited for this movie. It's gonna be very great.
I still haven't seen the
It's gonna
first
be
one.
amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I'm
worth
gonna
the- I mean, the
say it
first
every
one's definitely worth
time.
a watch.
Make
I'm
him
gonna
watch
say
the final trailer right now, bro. Pull it up.
I'm gonna say it right now. Every time we talk about this movie, where Detective Pikachu at? Like,
Who fucking
why I'm
cares,
on
man?
Canceled.
They can do
They
it.
canceled
They
it.
can
They
do
said they
Me.
were going to make another one and they canceled it. Yeah.
me? No, I'm talking about the game.
Oh, I have
That's
no
what
idea.
I'm talking
fine.
about. Who fucking cares about the
A lot
game?
of people. That game sold
That's
well.
cap.
You shut your mouth, sir.
Watch out.
Shut your old ass up, man.
Bro, you older than me.
That's cap.
And if you're
like
not,
49.
you look older than me.
That's cap. You built older than me.
What
Talking to
does
me.
that mean?
That me?
That boy's knees sound like old tile
My
floors,
knees are
bro.
fine. Pause.
That-
Delete Big the Cat.
Well, all I know is that I'll be in theaters just like all you guys going to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I will definitely talk about that end credit scene, the show right after. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Seriously, let's not. do
Anyway,
this
moving on. We got the Kirby demo is now available
Yes,
on the Nintendo
sir.
Switch
That shit
eShop.
hella fun.
Kirby
Bro, I
And the
was-
Kirby demo. Let's talk about it.
I was pleasantly surprised by that demo. I didn't. I expected the controls to be clunky and shit, and they weren't. And everything was smooth. It was fun. It was a nice experience, man. I'm definitely gonna get the game for sure.
I think the demo had literally one
aesthetic is
bad
beautiful,
thing, which
yeah.
was just enemies that aren't that far away go to like 5 FPS.
It's like the Pokemon.
It's like Pokemon.
It's like in
Yeah.
Legends. It's like in Legends Arceus when they're really far away, but in Kirby they're not that far and they drop a lot, and it's really like jarring. I don't know if they could fix that so close to release.
Is it only a
but
distance thing or
Legends
Yeah,
also
it's a
not
distance thing.
far.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Legends Arceus isn't even that far either. It's a Switch thing, I guess.
Pretty much the same shit, yeah.
But I guess it's just more jarring in a platform.
We expect that to be in Pokemon too. Like, I'm not surprised to see some bullshit like that in Pokemon at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's especially odd in the Kirby game because it looks really pretty. Aside from that,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a nice fun time.
But other than that, it's like I haven't
feels.
played the demo. I just watched it. My bad. It's really good.
Demo's
It comes
awesome,
out soon
man.
enough. What? It comes out at the end of next week. Yeah. So by the next show, we'll be talking about the actual game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
copping it?
That game is
Who's
genuinely
copping
going to
the whole
be
full game?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm wondering how long it's going to be because of the upgradable powers and stuff.
Maybe it's probably like a play twice type of thing, or what?
Maybe, yeah.
Well,
Kirby games
there's
typically have like
difficulty, so
crazy
maybe
end
there's a new
games.
game plus, I don't know.
Hey, Ricky, do you have game show music queued up on that thing, bro?
Let me see if I do. Hold on a second.
All right, let me know.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about the demo that I didn't really enjoy is I think Kirby is maybe a touch too slow. But we know that there's like speed power-ups in the game, so maybe that helps.
My
Even,
only
like,
question with that is how infrequent are those speed power-ups going to be given to you?
Yeah. There's
I mean, I
a there's a
think it's like-
shop. There's a shop in the town where you can buy health, damage, and speed. The health power-ups are permanent, but the strength power-ups are like a temporary buff.
Yeah.
We don't know what the speed is like.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, like just the look
Other
of it's
than that, yeah.
amazing. The power ups, like I like the power up upgrades. It really is like 3D world, but for Kirby. But I think even like a little better in a way, like where the levels are a bit more open. Because like in 3D world, they are very like they're very closed spaces. They even make it like a big deal when they had like one level that was like a big area. But here it just feels like there's like a lot of open spaces and there's gonna be stuff that you can go back and collect and all that. And just it really flows super. And the music
It's
is
like the
incredible.
in-between sequence or the in-between stage of 3D World and Odyssey almost.
Yeah.
And
Which
really
makes
nice,
me wonder if this started out as what Odyssey was going to be, but then they were like, Kirby.
No, I think because Hal has been saying
Those are
for a
very
while.
different
They're
studios.
very
I
different.
was going to say, I think it'd be the opposite. I think it would be that they saw what Odyssey did and what was successful, and they're like,
Yeah.
let's replicate this with Kirby, which we've been
But
trying to
you,
get into 3D for
yeah,
so long.
Odyssey's-
Yeah.
Odyssey's
I was just
main
talking
gimmick
about-
isn't that much different from Kirby's. So
in
it's-
general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
yeah.
like, if anyone be like the final boss of Star Isle is literally in 3D. So anyone who played
Yeah.
that game pretty much figured that, like, yeah,
Final
the next
boss is gonna
game-
go crazy.
Yeah, the final boss is literally
It's
like a
going to be in
3D
4D.
I think
Alright.
the best surprise from the demo was that every stage is gonna have like up to 5 objectives. It brings it back to, like
Kirby had
Dreamland
them
3.
before.
Not really. It had like little things you could get in secret
was-
areas.
keychains. It was like the keychains.
Yeah.
and the
No, I
main-
mean in like I thought
Dreamland
I
3
thought
had
the-
objectives.
I thought Dreamland 3 the
We
one
haven't
with
really had
friends.
objectives like that since Dreamland 3. So I'm happy
Okay.
to see that back.
So it's
I
a
think
return.
something that I
Yeah.
really enjoyed with how the levels were built. It just very much felt like they really knew what they were doing when it came to designing the levels. And they built them in such a way such that it seemed kind of effortless to them. Like the way that it just teaches you brand new mechanics, it just kind of puts stuff there. It creates this kind of safe space. It's very similar to how like the Mario Galaxy and 3D World games are designed with how it teaches you its mechanics. And considering that this is, well, still technically the first 3D Kirby game, for them to kind of knock it out the park straight away is honestly very impressive, I think.
Yeah,
My only fear is I haven't played the demo, so I don't know if this is even the case, or I don't even know if the demo's long enough to worry or to be able to judge about this. But I hope the what's it called, the when he inhales the car, what's that shit
Mouthful
called?
mode.
Mouthful mode.
I hope that
You know what it's
too
called.
in the way. I didn't know. I thought I was gonna say super suck. I didn't know.
Hey, yo!
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
the ones
I hope
that
it's
were
not
in the
like
demo
in your
were
face too much.
Super suck.
the ones in the demo were very kind of, you had
Yeah.
the brief segment with the mouthful mode item, and then it was just kind of done. It wasn't like, say, the
I had this, like-
Hypernova from
Yeah, it
Triple
feels
Deluxe,
less-
which occupies a huge chunk of the
I
level.
had the same.
Sure.
I know Mike can relate. I had the same feeling with Guiji, where I was worried. that he
Yeah.
was gonna-
Sure.
And Luigi was
Nah,
awesome.
He
y'all
was
let
gonna
some
ruin
freaking
the game.
shit again.
What was cool is too is like I thought like when we got the direct that they had shown what the main mouthful modes were, but like after when you beat the demo, like they show that there's like way more in the game. So I think they
Yeah.
are gonna be like varied, and you have a lot of agency with them because like a lot of times in the other 2D Kirby's when they've started doing this thing where they got a big gimmick, it's very linear. Like it's one thing, one path you go to with it. But here, cause the areas are a little more open, there are secrets you can still find with like the one of the modes you're using. It's cool.
Yeah, it feels
Does
more
it
like
feel,
Odyssey.
It doesn't feel clunky at all, right? Like
No,
it's
no, it's
actually-
actually
not at
really
all.
good.
Is it
I
just
hate
instant?
clunky controls, bro. Yeah, it's
And
Is
they're
it
fast.
just
too.
you? It just you're immediately the car.
You can just
Yeah.
walk up
Yeah.
to it and inhale it,
Yeah.
even with a power up.
And for me,
Yeah,
another,
what's
another
great
good
is
thing
amazing.
for me was that it was pretty intuitive. Like I pretty much immediately knew what the fuck I was supposed to be doing, like within seconds of looking around. It's a nice
Yeah,
game.
I like how when you like you don't even have to get rid of your power up. You keep it. It puts a little hat on it based on the one you were wearing.
Mhm.
It's really cool.
And Kirby
Can we
games
talk-
historically push consoles to their limits, so I'm excited to like Star Allies. Those backgrounds are still some of the most pretty things I've seen on the Switch,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what this game will do.
Are Kirby games supposed to have some level of difficulty? Because when I saw Shofu streaming it, he was broken in ice mode or something when he was fighting.
The ice mode is busted, bro.
With the snowman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's broken. Yeah.
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 I stood right underneath them and held A and killed them in 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, I
Kirby
hope later
games,
box
like,
don't allow that.
The post game can get pretty tough when they start
Yeah.
bringing in like the true arena and everything.
Kirby's always like that, where like the base game, like it's when you want to like get everything and do everything in Kirby that it's hard, but like the base games are always just like a breeze.
I think this
More
is this the first Kirby game that has a difficulty?
Yeah.
I think the first one had a one. I mean, like Return to Dreamland had an extra mode once you beat the game, but I can't think of one that offered 2 difficulties up front.
But from what you told me, the difficulties don't seem to do much.
So yeah,
Yeah.
previous like extra modes, like extra mode in Return to Dreamland and Meta Nightmare in Triple Deluxe, they would typically add enemies and like give the bosses new moves. Wild mode doesn't seem to be doing that so far.
No, I knew that was just there because like if a kid picks this up and it's like 3D right away, like the what's called the breeze mode is just for them, and the normal is just like for even if
Yeah.
you're like 6 or 7 and you're playing Kirby.
It feels like they gave it an easy mode rather than giving it a hard
Exactly.
mode.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like normal and easy basically. It's not like a hard or normal.
Maybe
Right.
there'll be like a super hard mode or something.
Yeah. That
Yeah, hopefully.
Probably.
Now, it's time to play my favorite game. How long is the speed run? No, but for real though. So, for Pokemon Legends Arceus, the Japan Time crew did not do so well. The current speed run today, as of today, the number 1 speed is 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 36 seconds for Pokemon Legends Arceus 80%. Unfortunately, we all lost by Price is Right rules, but for Kirby, coming out in a couple of weeks, it is time for us to go around the room and see what our predictions will be for those who have played the demo and those who have not. So we will start at the top with Fidel.
Quick question, is this any percent?
Yes.
Okay.
Any percent. Oh, got it.
Um,
Fidel, you're up.
Okay. An hour 22 minutes.
An hour and 23 minutes from Fidel. Let me go ahead and write that down. 1:23 from Fidel. All right, now we have Rogers Base.
I'm gonna say 1 hour and 16 minutes.
16 minutes. McDareth.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
You said what?
2 hours and 45 minutes.
2 hours and 45 minutes from McDareth. Mike.
Is this Price is Right rules?
Yes.
Oh shit. I'm gonna go 59 minutes.
59 minutes evens, just shy of an hour. We have, Ricky Cocaine.
I'm going 33 minutes.
Oh my god.
It's a Kirby game, man. It can't be that
33
hard.
minutes for Ricky Cocaine. Shofu.
Pissed off.
I'm gonna go with an hour 30, man.
An hour 30 even.
You know what? I
Chris.
was trying to put on the spot. I didn't have time.
What was the previous bid?
The previous bid was 1 hour and 30 minutes by Shofu.
1 hour and 31 minutes.
1 hour and 31 minutes.
I gotta respect.
He is playing correctly. Virum.
Bro, the Tito, I'm gonna go for 1 hour and 55 minutes.
1 hour and 55 minutes for Virum. I'm gonna go ahead and say 2 hours and 17 minutes. FBI, open up! And Zeph.
What?
1 hour.
What
50
was that?
minutes.
Y'all go act like y'all
Yeah,
didn't hear
what did
that?
I do now?
There's no way we're just gonna breeze
Yeah,
by
it
that.
shows-
What the heck
we
was
gotta
that?
pick it up.
1 hour and what?
1 hour 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will post these in a moment for all of you to see, and we will come back in a couple of weeks. We are going to take the time a week after the game's release. We'll see you next time on How Long is the Speedrun? I'm your host, Tito KMF. Roger, back to you.
Ah, shit. Sorry, I'll pick it up. My bad.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that beautiful segue. And actually, we're going to take this opportunity to segue into another Nintendo Switch game that we've been playing a lot recently. Well, I say we, but there's really only 3 of us that have been playing it. But everyone should be playing this. I cannot speak highly enough about this game. That is, of course, the next generation of strategy RPG, Triangle Strategy, which just released this past week. Where do we even begin with this? Zeph, I actually want to talk with you specifically first because I think you're the furthest of me, you, and Viram, right? You've beaten it already. So let me just hear your take on this game. What did you expect going into it, and how do you feel now that you've actually beaten it?
So initially I expected FF Tactics, and then I read a review of the demo that was like, don't expect FF Tactics. So then I didn't know what to expect anymore. So I went in and I played it, and I didn't. I'm trying to not say this in a bad way, but I did not expect like a visual novel almost with strategy game elements.
Right.
That's how it felt, but it was very cool. I like how the plot is more grounded, except for some parts that I don't want to spoil, but it's cool that it's not like super fantastical and stuff like most JRPG stories.
Yeah, it is actually pretty grounded on the whole, and I do kind of agree with you. I feel like I understand completely why some people might be turned off by this game, for sure, because there's a lot of exposition very early on. But the nice thing is that the demo that's on the eShop goes up through the most exposition heavy part of the game, which takes you through like chapter 3. And really, once you actually get into the main game, it kind of stops being that much story. I think because there's a lot of story that like you don't have to experience, like the support conversation things that happen. A lot of the side story things you could basically pick and choose. Like, I'm sure if you just keep clicking on the red story markers, you can breeze through the main portion of the game and just get to gameplay segments like relatively quickly. But I feel like the game is sort of like what you get out of it, what you put into it. And I do feel like the main cast of characters, I cannot stress this enough, like as somebody who really likes Fire Emblem, I kind of feel like this game does a lot of things that Three Houses did better. I feel like the choices that you actually make with the characters that are on your squad and the different directions that you can take the story really do make an impact. And even though I think it's been confirmed now, there's like 4 main routes, right? But from those 4 main routes, like the way that you actually sort of fall into place with one of the 4 isn't as cut and dry as something like, say, Fire Emblem, where you're like, okay, you're at the time skip now and you got to make your decision and now you're locked in. Whereas in this game, I mean, like, I was getting party members that you didn't get until way later in the game, very early in the game based on my decisions. And I think, Viram, you're sort of in the same position, right? Because I know you watched a couple of my streams.
I didn't watch your streams because I wanted to go in as fresh as possible.
I thought you watched the first one because I remember saying hi to you in stream. Maybe it would have been the beginning. So I'm curious then, where are you in the game right now?
So I am partway through chapter 9.
Okay. So you've gotten through chapter 7, which I think is like the really big story portion of the game. The first big choice.
So with the way that I feel about the game was that I agree the start was very exposition heavy, and that was one of the things that was a little bit of a turn off for me. Because usually I find with games like this, it's the plot and the exposition that kind of capture my attention, and then I kind of get used to the gameplay as I'm going along.
Yeah.
But I think it was the opposite with me, where the gameplay was the thing, and I still feel this now. The gameplay is by far my favorite aspect of the game.
Oh, for sure.
And like, I don't really feel that about Fire Emblem. For like Three Houses, for instance, my favorite aspect would be the characters. But for this game, I really, really enjoy how the strategy elements all come together. I really like how every unit feels very individual. I really like the kind of height dynamic, the way that you can like pincer enemies, the environmental effects. I really like how all these elements come together, and I think the system is really fun. But now I think I'm definitely at a point in the game where everything feels a bit more well paced, and I think the mock battles that you can do in the encampment help that a lot as well, because even if you are looking at all the cutscene stuff, you can kind of punctuate them with those mock battles, and I think that really helps balance things out a lot.
Yeah, and if you're struggling, I mean, you can go through those mock battles so quickly. Like in a matter of 5 minutes, you can level up all your party and get to the point where, like, if a certain situation is giving you a lot of trouble, you'll be able to get through it. But I don't know, it's got a really nice difficulty to it as well. I'm playing on normal. I'm not somebody who wanted to play my first route on hard. Yeah, I think it's really solid.
I think it's harder than I think like normal mode is almost like hard mode, and everything's a step up. It feels weird,
but
it's a good type of. Oh, go ahead.
Is there permadeath? Because I've been watching your streams.
There is not.
There is not.
Gleaned that. Okay.
No. No, so the thing, and I was going to say, I know, Ricky, you have been tuning in for sure, because when we got to Camcel, I was like, oh my God, this is Ricky. You sound exactly like him. But no, the thing about it that I think might turn some people off, right, is the fact that there isn't permadeath, and I think Viram and Zeph can also both agree with me on this, that actually does not make the game less hard in this situation, because a lot of the situations that you're put in, you're going to be ended up like losing units left and right, where one mistake can completely wipe your entire squad, and you really got to know what you're doing and bring in the right type of units. And because all the different units are so individual from one another, that like it encourages you to bring in new party members and not just play with like the core 8 party members, right? Like you can't just level up your one healer and your one lord type character and your one cavalry type character. Like you really do have to level up everybody. And it really does suit your play style too, right? Like you could find a certain unit that, like I've been using personally Piccoletta a lot, who is an acrobat unit that can create decoy characters. And like she has just been helping me so much in so many different situations where I'm able to sort of like use a decoy, sort of like taunt the other character that's super strong. I got to keep away from everybody else. And then one by one, pick off other characters, like with my bow girl, with Huette, or with Sarah Noah, like the Lord type character. But then again, like you guys might not have been using Piccoletta that much.
No, I never used her.
Because I got her super early. She was one of my first 2 extra characters. Alongside what's his name? Mage Boy.
Oh, Narv.
Yeah. So I was using them quite a bit, and Piccoletta's kind of funny because they kind of show you her aptitude stuff, and then they don't give her at the level that you can get her really early on. She doesn't have access to part of what defines her. Like aside from the decoy, she's meant to have the ball toss stuff, which you don't have until like level, I don't know, like 15 or something.
Yeah. The ball toss move is also kind of weird too. It's like, because she attacks with a lacrosse racket and then just like chucks balls at people and creates decoys. But it really does, change the way that you play as her. And I do feel like there's a lot of characters that are like that. Like Zeph, I know one you brought up when you were watching my streams was Jens, the trap guy. And like, I don't know if you've used him more in your playthrough, or you got to a point where you were like, oh yeah, he's super useful. And he did end up being super useful in the most recent chapter I played, which I think was like 14. But prior to that, like I really wasn't using him all that much.
I only just got him.
I only used him for 1 level. but they were very useful on that level because I needed stuff that he can do.
But I'm curious, like, without spoiling, if there's a certain character that neither of us have gotten to yet, like, who are the units that you've been using the most, or that you found you used the most during your playthrough?
I used the merchant a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Lionel?
Yeah.
Why? Curiously.
Cause he can provoke from like super far, which is good for getting like specific enemies to walk into the range of my units that can like, cause my Serenoa was broken and Hawk Strike could like one shot mages. Cause that, I don't know if that move's glitched or something, but it does so much damage.
Especially if you're at a tall height too, you just like you do way more.
He's just slow, which is bad. But you can also recruit enemies to fight for you with him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. Viram, what about you? What's your unit you've been using the most?
I'm just trying to think because I have a couple of units that I think are like my favorites, but even then I don't use them every time. Like Anna, for instance, I really like using her.
Oh yeah, being able to move
game.
twice is broken. Yeah, she's so good.
That's just straight up the best unit.
Yeah.
That's an absurd ability to just have. Huette's also just great at hit and run stuff. Who else?
Did either of you use Archibald? Sorry, I have a bunch of smoke in my mouth. I don't know if I sounded weird.
No, you sound fine.
I have not met him yet.
I've never met Archibald. No. Oh, wait. Yes, I have. The old guy.
Old man.
Oh my God, he's incredible.
Yeah.
I literally only call him old man, so I didn't know. I forgot his name's Archibald. Dude, he is so good. There's one mission in particular. I don't know if you did this on your playthrough, but the mission on the boat, Zeph, where you're fighting a certain character on the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. That mission, Archibald, is broken because you could literally just put him on the edge of the boat and then send Eridor over to like taunt the other characters. And then one by one, as Eridor's countering them and they end up in that like one square where Archibald can actually reach, you just one shot with edge arrow and kill everybody. He's so good.
He does more damage the further people are, I think. And his range is just stupid.
Yeah, Archibald is really good. I think you're actually going to be getting him relatively soon, Viram. He's like one of those optional characters, and you get him relatively early on. So, yeah, look forward to Archibald. The other thing about the game, too, and we're not going to talk that much longer about it because, again, so much of this game is about, like, experiencing the story, so we don't want to spoil you. But, like, oh, my God, the music is incredible. Like, the music in this game is so good. If you didn't already know, the guy who composes the music is the same person that did Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's soundtrack. And it's got that, like, the classic orchestrations of Octopath Traveler as well. If you liked Octopath's soundtrack, I think you'll absolutely adore Triangle Strategies too. And, well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this game's soundtrack, it immerses me in the same way a movie soundtrack does rather than a video game soundtrack.
Yes.
Like, it's not the kind of soundtrack that I'm going to be like humming along to or listening to the tracks too much in my spare time. Or if I do, maybe I'll listen to like the full soundtrack while I'm working or something. But
right.
Within the context of the game, it is beautiful.
The Hyzat theme, I find myself just like humming randomly, walking around the. I'm like dun da 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 da. So, yeah, the soundtrack really is solid, and then of course it's got the visuals, the 2D HD visuals too, that are so cool and
really good.
Yeah, the voice acting is also pretty good. Everyone was telling me very early on to switch to Japanese, but I actually like the English voiceover.
It's really funny to me that the main guy, how bland and like boring he is also Sylvando from Dragon Quest 11.
Right. Well, I think it's a story choice, right? Like he needs to kind of be that because he is the blank slate. Like he's the one who's convincing everybody else while everyone else is sort of like their own established character. Yeah, I am really loving it though. Like I think if you like strategy games at all, or you like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, like I'm serious. Like don't be turned off by the exposition. You owe it to yourself to try this. And again, the nice thing is like it is free on the eShop up to Chapter 3. Your save data carries over. Like at the very least,
Chapter 3
definitely. And it's long. It's like it's sizable. Yeah. So check it out. Like, really, I cannot sing the praises of this game enough. I have been having so much fun playing it. And yeah, I think it's been the perfect holdover until that next Fire Emblem. And in so many ways, it's better than Three Houses, I feel like. So yeah, difficulty-wise, voiceover-wise, music, story, everything. It's great. Definitely check it out. And I think anything else you guys want to say about Triangle Strategy? What do you mean?
I mean, the Advanced Wars is not coming out for a while, so I mean.
Thank you for that segue. Look at you. You're learning. Right,
I'm learning from the boy.
Thank you very much. So, as many of you guys
I
know, yeah,
that hurt
unfortunately,
Roger. He liked that one. He liked the segue, but it hurt him.
no, it didn't hurt me. I loved it. I love it. It's like passing the crown to somebody else. The Segway God can have a Segway assistant. This is fantastic.
The most unlucky game.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this a little bit because some people were getting really angry about this, but I need you to remember that Advance Wars as a franchise is very much cursed. The first Advance Wars game came out the day before September 11th, 2001. The second Advance Wars game came out in the midst of the war in Iraq. The third Advance Wars game, actually not Dual Strike, but Days of Ruin. Days of Ruin came out the same week as the Russian-Georgian conflict, got delayed and wasn't even released in Japan until way later as a My Nintendo reward. And then now the remake
know something we don't.
of 1 and 2, maybe they do. And the remake of 1 and 2 is now amidst all the stuff with Russia and Ukraine. So literally like the most unlucky franchise of all time. I honestly would not... I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to make a hard read. I think this game is going to shadow drop with no fanfare during E3. I think they're going to do a shadow drop during the E3 Direct this year.
They're gonna do the montage of all the games and just Advance Wars 2 will be there. It'll be like available now. And just keep going.
I think that's really it. I think it's going to be a headline. One last trailer available now. That's it.
It's funny because like Horizon is the Advance Wars for Sony. It's the same, except with not the real world stuff, but just with being released at the absolute worst times ever.
Oh. Well, the thing is though, see before though I felt bad. Before though I felt bad for Horizon, like for Breath of the Wild. This time around, I didn't. After seeing what the developers were saying about Elden Ring and the UI,
That's just funny as hell.
Now
That
I'm
shit
like,
funny
I'm
as
so
well.
happy your game is failing now.
By the way,
they're right about that.
Okay, it was
They would joke or they would be scared?
one
No.
guy
It
who
was the, I think, head quest designer. Or
yeah,
something.
is the guy who basically designs, like, is very instrumental in making the UI, out here complaining about how Elden Ring ain't got no UI. Always some weirdo.
I think even regardless of the sincerity, it just comes off as very unprofessional.
And
Not just unprofessional, but it felt like jealous as well. It's almost like,
it's like it's a jealous child mad because their big brother got a better present for Christmas.
It provoked a lot of weird people. Started saying, I don't know if anyone saw it, saying a lot of like weird stuff about Japanese game developers and stuff in general.
I didn't see any of that.
I didn't see that. No,
it was strange. It was like, I hate this, and actually I hate everything that Japanese game developers do. It was very strange. It was just a select few reviewers, but
it's like I said, it was just like one guy. To my knowledge, and based off what I saw, it was just like one guy. So like,
there were a couple.
All it takes,
a lot of them. A lot of the bigger like, or the more seen ones was the guy that ended up locking his account that worked for that worked on Horizon. But there were a handful of people that were just like, yeah, no, this thing is bad. And you know what? This thing is bad. And you know what? Maybe Japanese game developers don't know what they're doing. And it's like, where did we get to that point?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They just started jumping onto that.
I loved that image though of like Elden Ring with the Horizon UI that somebody posted.
That's hilarious.
It's just like so funny. I'll put it in the chat again. So show
there was one of the Ubisoft
like,
UI on
oh
it.
my god, it's so funny.
It's like heavily exaggerated, but it's still funny.
I need to say this.
Yeah,
I need to say this because I think I'm the only one. Horizon Forbidden West is phenomenal. I let's not let these fucking clowns tarnish the fact that this game is
Don't say tarnish. Tarnish. I see what you did there. That was beautiful.
You see what I did? You see what I did there?
Tarnish. Yeah.
Hate this guy.
I beat the first guy. before I drop the game. But yeah, well, it's very good. It's the Horizon Forbidden West is a gorgeous game, and it's definitely the
What a
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't know, but it's a comparable. It's within striking distance of the just amount of content within Elden Ring. Like it's in the same ballpark at the bare minimum of things to do, and it's definitely a different experience. However, it's a very different experience. So if you are it is I would argue, not even argue, it is the best parts of like people who really liked Assassin's Creed's like 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, like the good ones. Like it's that, but like the best parts of those games in the modern era. It's very good. So, but that guy's a fucking clown.
I mean, that game still seems as hard as Elden Ring, though.
It's not.
Like I've been watching you play.
It's not.
Horizon, and you get
It's not.
washed. Okay.
It's not. It's not.
It's not as bad. Okay.
No, it's not even close. All right, Elden Ring is way more difficult, but that's
Part
because
of the game. That's the charm of it.
it's part of the game. The number of options that you get in Elden Ring. There's only certain ways to do damage in Elden Ring. There is infinitely, like literally, it's like Horizon's just like you have to learn every matchup, and once you learn every matchup, then like the game is, it's all about how fast can you kill this giant mechanical T-Rex.
Okay.
Anything else about Horizon?
No, it's good.
Cool. I was just gonna ask real quick.
No, it's good. Most of you, not most of you, but most people in chat probably don't have a PS5, but that shit fire.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of Sony, then I really quickly want to talk about the state of play that happened on March 9th. Couple random game announcements. That JoJo game we already talked about coming to PS5 and I think PS4 as well. Forspoken got delayed till October, I think, right? Of later this year. There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection that's coming out, the Cowabunga collection. We got.
I can't believe it's not Dino Crisis.
That's
I
right.
also can't believe it's not.
Yeah, I know, that was annoying.
What is that called again?
It's called Exoprimal.
Exoprimal.
That game's
That's
ridiculous.
right. There was a new Valkyrie game that got announced. It's been a long time since a new Valkyrie game. There was another game that I thought was actually Triangle Strategy when I first saw it. I thought they were porting that to PS5.
Great. I thought that was going to be a new tactics game, actually.
I thought that was Tactics. I thought
too,
that was a remake.
The Dioform Chronicles?
Yep.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was very funny in Fidel's chat during his reaction to the state of play that everyone was like, that looks like a Rogers-based game. That's my
It's true, bro.
But ironically enough, I actually I'll definitely play it because I like strategy games, but I don't know, there's something about the character models that kind of turns me off a little bit. I don't know what it is about the visual style, but maybe it's because I'm like I've been playing a lot of Triangle Strategy and I'm like so in love with the 2D HD style that I'm kind of like, I want to go back to the pixely look. I kind of like that. But we'll see. The game might end up being really cool. And then I think that was it, right? It ended with Valkyrie Elysium, and that was it?
Yeah.
So that's it. State of play.
What were people's like impressions of state of play?
It was mid, bro.
Was it like
It felt like
So here's the thing.
average
Here's the thing.
Nintendo Direct to me.
So Ricky, while you were gone, right? Sony was like, "Hey, Nintendo does these things called Nintendo Directs, right? What if we did that, but we made them just not great, and we had maybe one or two things people care about, max, occasionally, sometimes." And that's
Fidel describing Nintendo Directs as a whole. I like it.
Literally, you're just describing Nintendo Direct. Like,
No.
It's the same thing.
Are you kidding me?
You are sounding
not
biased right now.
even close. That's
You are
cap.
sounding so biased right
That
now.
is the
That's-
most, that is the most captain I've ever heard in my life.
You know what I'm describing? I'm describing the Nintendo partner showcases.
No,
That's
you're
what
literally
these are.
describing Directs.
That is not a direct.
No. The Nintendo partner showcases, I'm right there with Fidel,
Yeah,
are exactly the
100%
level of
with
every
you.
single state of play. Because the thing is, when Sony goes all out, it's
the
amazing.
showcase.
Like,
It's
yeah,
like
the
the showcase.
PlayStation
What is
showcase-
Sony going all out look like?
That's
Though?
what-
Like what
It's
were people
called
expecting?
Ricky. There's a thing that happens
PS5
every October
showcases.
called the PlayStation Showcase. That is Sony going all out, and those are literally like really good Nintendo Directs. That is what that is every year. It is an awesome, very similar to like a Sony classic E3 where they have like God of War and they have, Horizon, and they'll show Spider-Man and Wolverine and all this other great stuff. Like those are amazing. Nobody is discounting the PlayStation showcases. Those are fantastic. But the state of plays, there has literally not been one that has been even at the level of some of the worst Nintendo Directs. Not
That's
the partner
100%,
showcases,
yeah.
but the worst mainline Directs.
I think the mainline directs have a higher state of quality, and I think that the state of plays are very volatile in what they show. Sometimes they can be decent to the level of most Nintendo Directs. However, on the whole, a lot of them do happen to be sleeper, but I don't think that saying Nintendo Directs are so much more than state of plays is
They are so much more.
I
dude.
think that I think
it's
that statement is so loaded with bias
Yeah,
that
that's
I
what
can't
I'm
even
saying.
really
It's not,
approach
it's
that.
really not.
No.
Because let me say this,
Every,
let me say
every
this.
single Nintendo Direct, every single one trends for the entire day on Twitter. This is removed from like the,
Are you
the Nintendo
serious?
fan. Yes, I'm serious.
No. I
Yes,
mean, like
people-
you're not serious. As in, like we're not going to talk about the at least 4 Nintendo Directs where no one gives a fuck about anything they showed.
Well,
And
those
like,
are partner
that's not
showcases.
no,
bro.
I'm talking about the
Those are
Nintendo
showcases.
Directs where it's one thing, where it's
That
like
is
one thing
not
at the
true.
beginning, or it's one thing at the end.
There's
literally
Everything else is
never-
whack.
You
You
There's
actually have
never
to
been-
name a direct and what's in
Not
it for
true.
that.
I'm gonna look.
There's
Like
please
4
do,
of
because
these.
I'm like,
Because
there has
the
never
difference
been
is-
a mainline Nintendo Direct that has not like taken over with at least 1 or 2 announcements. Even ones that I've personally found boring have trended the entire day.
Even a
Right,
Smash
we're not talking
character
about
is
like
better
how
than some of
popular
the
they are.
state
We're
plays.
talking about what is good from the direct, what is good from the state of play.
It's easy for Nintendo to have a good one though because they have strong IPs. So it's like
Yeah.
if they show at least one of them,
Exactly, that's what I
easily
mean.
helps
Like,
them win.
and I'm not saying that there hasn't been directs that have been 1000% carried by one game, but that's what I
Right.
mean, right? Like
But
with
the directs are still
course.
definitely on a better
I think the
level
directs
than state
have
plays.
better presentation. I think they have better
Yeah,
like
for sure.
attention focus where it's like, is this thing like relatively small? People aren't going to care about it. Yeah, we'll show it for like 5 seconds and go on to the next thing. State of
Yeah.
plays will focus on like, here is this game nobody knows for 15 minutes. And I'm like, hurry it the fuck up, please.
Yeah.
But
Well, they also, but again, to be fair, like they market the state of plays like partner showcases where like sometimes they have one first party game thing, but it's mostly like updates on third party titles that are coming to it.
Right. And I think sometimes the issue is they'll announce prior to it, like, this is going to be a partner showcase, or we're going to like show off some new
they
from
set the
Square.
expectations.
And then everyone's like, oh my God, Square's going to be there. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 confirmed. FF16 trailer. Oh my God, it's going to be great.
Is
And then
that
you end
what
up
people
getting.
thought going into
100%.
this state of play? They thought that they were
People-
going to see some
that's-
Final Fantasy.
course.
That's exactly what happens though. People get their
Right.
regardless of which type of showcase you're looking at, people get their expectations up for them very, very high, and it's like, well, we're
But
going to
that's-
see something of this, and then it
But
ends up
that's, to be
not
fair,
showing.
that's every Nintendo Direct as well. People are like,
Of
we're going
course,
to
of
get
course.
Metroid
That's
and
why I
Breath of the
said.
Wild 2. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
why I
But
said,
think-
regardless of either
Right.
one, like you get
Right.
that for both.
Right. I think like going back though to what Tito was saying with the state of plays and the Nintendo Directs, I think Nintendo Directs, they do have it easier, right? Because there's a lot of franchises that Nintendo has, whether you care for them or not. Like, I'm not the biggest platformer fan in the world. You're gonna find something that hits like the mainstream in a cultural zeitgeist capturing way more than like the state of plays do. Because like you said, a lot of the times they'll focus on like some indie game for 15 minutes that you just like no one's gonna care about. And then everyone gets excited for it, thinking, oh, this is the time Sony's gonna do it. When in reality, Sony saves every single one of their bangers for their one
For a
big
PlayStation
PlayStation
experience.
showcase.
Yeah,
and there's
exactly.
never ever been a PlayStation showcase that's been disappointing. They've always been good.
Exactly.
And I think, yeah, right. Those, but that's once a year. Whereas like
course.
there's 4 Nintendo Directs a year
days,
versus like 4 or 5 whatever state of plays as well, right?
Are we
And I
also-
think.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
finish.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was saying, are we also counting Nintendo Directs that we know are dedicated to things that people already know?
No.
about?
What-
Because
are you talking
because
about the
those are also
games?
called Nintendo Directs. and they are
I
also
don't I would
branded
argue.
as
I would
specific
argue
Nintendo
like
Directs.
Pokemon. I would argue like a Pokemon
No, that's a
Direct, or
Pokemon
even
Presents. That's a Pokemon
okay,
Presents.
but
I would
even,
argue
or,
that.
but
He's
even like
talking
an
about,
Animal
Animal
Crossing
Crossing,
Direct, for
stuff like
example. Animal Crossing Direct still definitely took over more than most of the state of plays have.
I don't
People
even-
were
No. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about.
Again, I'm not talking about trending. I'm not talking about popularity. I'm not talking about
Right,
how
yeah.
well received they are. I'm
Oh, of
talking
course, of
about
course.
whether they show stuff that gets like at least some sort of like good recognition versus what they show that people do not like. Because
Yeah, I think that comes down to setting your expectation, though, for sure.
If Nintendo produces a Nintendo Direct and like the entire Direct is garbage, right? But they show the new Smash Brothers, it doesn't matter what the rest of the Direct was.
Yeah.
That Direct is now
That's
trending
facts.
for weeks.
That's
To be
fact.
fair, that was E3 2018, right? Wasn't that
Exactly,
literally
yeah.
just Smash
Yeah.
Brothers, the
It was
majority of
literally
it?
just
Yeah.
Smash, yeah.
Well, it's
So-
also because
so
if they
like
put
I
anything
said-
else next to Smash in that one, where they're literally announcing Ultimate and everything that's in it, you wouldn't care about anything else in it anyway. So they normally just
Right,
put Smash on
exactly.
its own.
So I think like saying like, oh well, the Direct will go trending for this one thing for like a few days. I think that is a moot point because of course it is, right?
I think he
Of
means
course
the
it's gonna go
culture
trending.
is more like when a direct is announced, it feels like just like like people are making their prediction videos. It's like everyone's making a list of what they genuinely think is gonna happen, whether it happens or not. The point is like when a state of play, like right away nowadays, when a state of play is announced, people's expectations are all right. Here we go. Like I'll watch this in case there's something, but it's not like
Of course.
the same.
Yeah.
And we know that. Like
It's weird though, because like I also have heard this from a lot of people with the state of plays where they're like, oh, but Nintendo's so big and has all these awesome IPs, and so like it's so easy to have these directs be hype. But I would also argue, and I know I brought that up earlier, but I would argue that Sony has that potential as well. Like they could do it, but like I said, they hold off until that massive PlayStation thing at the end of every year. But they could absolutely be like, we're doing a state of play and literally show like a 5-second teaser of God of War, and
I
that would get people
100%
just
agree.
excited.
Also,
Yeah.
they also
But they
do
don't do that, and that's their mistake. That's what Sony needs to learn.
I think they do a way better job though of Nintendo for state of plays of showing you new games. I think they do a way better job of getting
For
you
this
interested.
one specifically, I feel like that's not
I mean,
100%.
not this
true.
one specific. I'm talking about like when they show games that are coming up and what they show, what they choose to show. I mean, we all know about Nintendo and like not necessarily all of their studios and how they make their trailers, but a lot of the trailers are fucked that they and some of the footage that they've been putting in there. Every like that Hogwarts game when they announced that shit was fire. When they announced like fucking shit like obviously like Spider-Man's is like that's like a layup, but even like this fucking dinosaur game, like how they present new IPs or sequels or anything like that on the average, I find to be more just of a higher quality than Nintendo, because Nintendo just doesn't spend the time because it focuses on its larger franchises much more. So it's definitely a different approach.
I would say modern. I would also say though that modern PlayStation games, I think the reason why the trailers are like that, I'd say like the really big hitters, there's such a focus on them being cinematic, right? Like I think your Uncharted, your Last of Us, even like your Horizon, like so much of those games are built upon the fact that they're like almost like cinematic experiences. So I kind of expect that. Whereas like when I see a Kirby trailer, I'm not going, oh my God, this is like such a cool cinematic immersive experience. I'm going, wow,
You're going, oh shit, it's Wispy Woods. Let's fucking go.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I think that like with directs and state of plays, I find that, like I said, I think state of plays are way more volatile and way more of them end up being lower quality, but on the whole, they're very comparable things. I think that directs have a bigger culture around them and there is a more involved experience with watching them, whereas I can wake up the day of a state of play and not watch it and just check Twitter and it'll be the same thing. But people are on Discord, they're creating group calls, they're streaming their reactions to directs and whatnot. But like I feel like the presentations as far as announcing and showcasing games, whether they're new, whether it's stuff that we've known about, I feel like they are in the same vein. Either it's like all of the thing is just stuff I don't care about or stuff the majority of people doesn't care about, and then there is one big thing, or it's like this has like 3 or 4 things that are cool. You know what I mean?
And I also do think that the advantage that Nintendo had, obviously, is because they did it first. and then B,
Yeah, they know the
I don't think
formula.
I don't think Nintendo Directs. I mean, we all know this, but I don't think Nintendo Directs would have nearly that culture of Smash. Like if that wasn't the vehicle for which characters were announced. Like that the format of announcing one fucking big thing at the beginning or at the end and literally blowing everybody's head off was literally character. Like that's like, and
I think that's the
I
issue
see
with the
to a
state of plays,
point,
though, because
but-
like the state of like I
Yeah, they
literally, and I'm
don't
not.
know
I
the
just watched
starter.
this one. They don't. There's like no starter or no ending. It's just like okay, it's over now. We have one more game.
Yeah.
That's it. And they need to do that. They need to have some big hitter at the beginning and some big hitter at the ending, because otherwise it's just like okay, well, what was there for me? Like at least Nintendo knows. Okay, we're gonna have like Kirby in the beginning, Bayonetta at the ending.
A
We're
good
gonna have
hook
Smash
and a
character at the
good
beginning.
bookend,
That's it.
yeah.
Because that's all that's important.
That's
'Cause the
why I
stuff in the
said like I
middle-
feel like the directs have a much better like pacing and presentation than
for
the
sure.
state of
Right.
plays.
Definitely.
1000%.
for sure.
Definitely. But I think that's the thing, right? Is that Sony could do that, but they just don't. And I think that's what makes things so frustrating for people is like we want to see a glimpse of God of War. We want to see like a snippet of anything. I mean, there's so
It
many
would
other
be
franchises.
very,
they could
very
do.
enjoyable. I
Yeah.
might, but with the PlayStation experience, because it's kind of like their secondary E3, if they do end up going to E3 that particular year. With that, if they save everything for that, like we said, then what's the point of showing me God of War if I already know and I've seen everything you have about God of War? If you're going to put it in this state of play, it's just going to remove time from the state of play if you're just re-showing me the same things.
I think it's the hype aspect of it. I guess I'm seeing it from like a YouTuber perspective, right? Is like,
Of course,
it's gotten to a point like for me that like I don't even bother with the state of plays. Like I do what you do, right? I wake up and I
Yeah.
see it on Twitter and I go, okay, and then I watch it later. But like, there definitely used to be a point when they first started where I was like, I can't wait. I'm going to stream this. Like, there's going to be good stuff. And then I think I was burned like one too many times. And by the fifth one, where I'm like, wow, these are all kind of dog shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to wait. And I think that's the issue, right? Where they could literally have one good one, and it would bring me back to doing live reactions to them or like watching them on stream or talking about them or getting hype. And now it's at a point where like I just don't care. And the dumb thing about this, and thank you for bringing this up, Zender. The other thing, they gotta stop playing DMCA music. They gotta stop doing these licensed songs because that's keeping people from watching them and reacting to them live or keeping their VODs up or whatever. It's just like it's a mess, and it's the same reason why like I save my Game Awards VODs separately now too because I'm like I know I'm gonna get slammed with some type of copyright claim.
They're
So
losing
Well-
on free marketing.
right,
Well,
exactly.
I think in that regard, I think Sony as a company is very like, I don't want to say absent-minded or nonchalant when it comes to content creation and streaming and whatnot, but I think they just really do not care.
I would make the argument that is absolutely 100% not true because God of War they did a whole documentary about, and literally the first segment of that documentary, and I know because I'm in it, they went to YouTube and they searched for people's reactions to God of War, and they were talking about
Right.
how
Now-
much of a
But
boon it
couldn't that
is for
just
the
be the God of
developers.
War studio?
No,
and
no,
not
no,
Sony?
because
Was
they
it
were talking
Sony?
about how
Was it?
they were like
Yes,
in PlayStation
it is
Studios
Santa
we're
Monica.
watching. Right, it's Sony Santa Monica, but it's like
Yeah, I was about to say
watching-
that's a bit different then because
Yeah, it's
that's
the
Sony's.
developer.
Yeah, that's the developer of the game. That's not Sony as a whole. You know what I mean?
Oh
that
yeah,
would be-
but
that would be-
that's
that would be
completely
Sony
different.
interactive
I think
marketing
Nintendo
thing,
needs to
right?
do.
Nintendo is just games though, whereas like Sony is so many other things. It's not just like PlayStation, right? Is the gaming part of Sony. So what I'm saying is like the
Exactly. So
PlayStation
they
side
have-
of things
they
do
have-
that.
They have the Sony for PlayStation and they have Sony for audio, and I think that's why they want to move and have these like songs that
because
people
they
can
own a
recognize.
record label, so they're using
Yes,
their own.
they're
music
trying
on
to
the
use
label.
But they
their
should
own
have.
I guess
'cause-
that's true.
what's-
That's
what's
true.
called? No, Square Enix did this for E3 where they did like it was one of the few that like the times I've ever seen this where they had one stream that was the regular one and another streamer
Right,
one that
for
was
reactors,
like
right.
for reactors. Like that's what these companies.
That's what I
need to
mean,
do.
though. I think Sony has not made that distinction.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair, I think. Yeah. Maybe I
I would
you guys
love
in the
for
chat
them
are
to
probably
do
right.
that.
Like I am high on copium when it comes to these because like I would love them to be good. I would love it, but I've just been
but
burned one
again-
too many times.
But again, I think
I-
that like a lot of, again, I do think that a lot of the state of plays, although they do kind of mesh together, because because a lot of us don't really give a fuck about things like Last of Us, don't give a fuck about Uncharted,
Sure,
don't give a
sure.
fuck about these things. But for other people that get that information in the states of plays, not just the PXSs, because all those games have been in state of plays before they were really doing the PSX. Like those would be equivalent to you getting a character in Smash. You getting it
not
like
even close, dude. Not
no,
even close.
that's
The
to them
biggest-
that's the equivalent. To them that is the equivalent.
Because I would say, okay, to like the hardcore
To
Sony
people,
fans.
to-
exactly.
yes,
Sure,
yes.
sure. But I would say, like, if you looked at I'm thinking of the best
Most
state
of
of
them
play.
don't have
the
them.
best,
That's the thing.
absolute best state of play, removing how I feel about the franchise, right? I would say the best state of play was the one where they ended with The Last of Us 2, and they had that big blowout of The Last of Us 2, right? That is probably the strongest standalone state of play they've ever done. But even then, with that massive blowout, like, in terms of mainstream popularity, it was something that kind of fizzled afterwards, right? And I think
Didn't they announce remake at a state of play?
They announced
They announced
RE3.
remake at a state of play. They announced.
RE3 remake.
They
I'm
announced
talking about FF7 remake.
yeah, they announced FF7 at
Oh,
remake. They announced FF7
Well, they
at a state of
reshowed it.
play.
did not. No, that was
wasn't
that was
FF7, it was
they
E3.
did not.
That's why I was
E3.
asking. I didn't know.
Yeah. FF7 was
it
Last
called a state
Guardian.
of play, or was it just
No,
No,
it was
they-
their
they
E3.
on
Just
stage
back when they had
E3.
E3 come.
Oh,
But see,
I mean,
that's the other thing is that
came on
that's
stream
the other
and they
thing.
never said they never said
Right.
be like only on PlayStation line. It wasn't
Right.
on FF7. I remember
Because-
calling that out.
E3, I remember the specific E3. That was Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Shenmue 3. And that was like a game-changing, amazing, huge Sony press conference, regardless of how certain games turned out, right? It was huge at the time. And I think the issue is that Nintendo, because we're used to, like, we know every January there's going to be a Nintendo Direct, or around that time.
Every summer, every
there's gonna be
fall.
one. Every fall, right? There's an expectation at least in place where, like, we know we're going to get information. Whereas, like, Sony for the past couple of years has been like, we're not going to do anything in summer. And so there's just like a drought of information until October. And so we're like hindering on these I almost called the Nintendo Directs, but like these state of plays to give us something, right? And otherwise we're just like, well, I guess we aren't hearing anything till October about any of these major PlayStation franchises. And I think that's the bummer side of it, right? Because we want to find out about those games. We want to see more about God of War.
I
We
feel
want to
like it's also some of that is the difference in the net they're casting. Like Nintendo is going for Nintendo fans. So in Nintendo Direct, you can expect some mainline Nintendo IP has been set aside and chopped up. So it's like throughout the year, you're gonna get different ones. So every time they could do a Direct, some mainline IP will be in there. So you can expect that. When PlayStation does theirs, they're trying to get a wide audience of people. So whenever you go to them, you never know what you're getting.
Watch 7 minutes of
here's
Gran
the thing.
Turismo, even though you don't care about Gran Turismo, someone does.
Yeah, no, but
And
here's
the
the,
game sells
for sure.
stupid well.
the difference
sure,
is
of
like
course.
they make it way more clear that it's low key. Like they'll be like, it's 20 minutes. We're gonna give updates on this game, this game, this game.
Fidel, you're
and there will
hitting
be
yes.
two-
You just
Yeah.
hit the mark. You said, Nintendo will say, we're going to have 30 minutes dedicated to focusing on games, including The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, right? And they and they lay that out. Whereas I think if Sony was like, we're going to have 15 minutes dedicated to whatever and a large portion on Horizon, then all those Horizon fans are going to be like, oh, hype, this is awesome. We're going to get more information on Horizon. And all those people that wouldn't tune in or don't care about Horizon won't watch it. And so that hype, you know what I mean? Like there's no deflation of hype.
Exactly.
Whereas like, if they would have said, oh, we're having 15 minutes on like new smaller IPs from Square Enix, right?
Yeah, their
people go, oh,
presentation
that's this game.
definitely
Right.
needs work.
Right.
Okay,
Like,
so
I think that's the
I'm trying to help
agreement.
Sony. I want Sony to succeed because I want to
So
do
the first state of
you know.
play, the first state of play was March 25th, 2019. The first official state of play.
Yeah.
In this, and I'm just looking at this. Okay, so again, when I say these names, please don't remember how these games ended up. Okay.
Of course.
Marvel's Avengers, which at the time of announcing was a huge game. Crash Team Racing, the remake. Oh my god, there's a trailer for what No Man's Sky in here. Jesus Christ.
You're kind of proving my point,
stuff,
though. It's
yeah.
like, yes.
Also,
No,
two of those were announced.
No,
These were big when they were announced. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
Crash
Crash
was
Team
guess,
already
I guess.
announced. It was announced
guess.
at Game Awards. It was already
Yes.
announced.
Let's see. I'm scrolling through. They're marketing some stuff, some hardware. Here's some more indie stuff. PlayStation VR stuff.
I think it's time to wrap it up, baby. It's like because the one that I'm thinking of now that you mentioned it
I'm
again.
not gonna cap here. Wait, no, you go.
I was just gonna say the only other big state of play
Days
that I'm thinking of that I
Gone.
remember, bro, was
this
the
Mortal- is this
Final
Mortal
Fantasy
Kombat?
VII.
Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
11.
they showed a Mortal Kombat trailer 11. Yeah,
Mortal
I remember that.
Kombat
It was the story
11?
trailer.
Yeah, but wasn't that announced at Game Awards?
It was the
right?
story trailer. It was the
Oh,
story
yeah, we
trailer.
haven't seen
yeah.
the story trailer. Yeah,
I
Yes.
remember.
This is, and then they're doing the actual like there's a lot of reveals here too. This is the Johnny Cage reveal, I think.
Okay.
So bar in mind at the time, Mortal Kombat 11 is pretty big. The Marvel's Avengers game, that's crazy.
yeah, but,
Um,
But
again,
that
the thing
Marvel
with
Avengers
most
game
of
was
the games-
revealed at E3,
Yeah, it was
not
already-
during a
no,
state
no,
of
no, no.
play.
I'm actually
Bandicoot was
capping.
like-
I'm actually capping.
Yeah.
Because it's using the same engine. This is Iron Man VR.
Oh my God. So, all right, we're done.
I'm actually
This
capping.
conversation's over. We're done.
Well, again,
I think
Roger,
that
you were
speaks- yeah.
you were asking for them to follow up on games that they had shown before. Isn't that kind of what you wanted?
But
Look, okay, look,
no,
I
because
listen.
Be like
Come
Sony
on,
games.
I think
Like,
I
those are all
think
like
there is a
tricky
bit of a.
games.
I think we can understand.
It's
I think
great
he-
how I asked Roger because I had a follow up point, and then Fidel started talking.
No,
but
I'm
thank
sorry to-
you.
Yeah, but go ahead. I want to hear what Fidel's going to say, and then I'll answer you.
Go ahead, Fidel.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No,
Roger.
my response is that those games are of a different caliber, I think, and like let's just be real about that. It's a different caliber.
course,
like
of
That is,
course.
that's
yeah,
exactly what I was
when
going to
you-
say. It's,
when you're
it's
getting
different.
it is a different caliber of we're going to get a new character in a niche fighting game versus we are getting like a new look at a game that got revealed that everyone's waiting for. I'd say if the game that Tito brought up was like FF7, right, the remake of FF7.
Oh,
and
I'm
it's
looking
like,
at
we're getting
Iceborne
a
right
new
now. It's the
trailer
very
for
next
that.
one. I'm looking at Iceborne. The next
Yeah,
one.
again, I love that, and you love that, and that's a situation where like I was super hyped to see more of Iceborne, but even then, we knew about Iceborne prior to that. There was a reveal at E3, and the reveal, if I'm remembering correctly, from that state of play was like of one monster, and that was it.
This is the story trailer, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4.
That were
This is-
new,
this-
that weren't shown at
yes,
E3.
I'm seeing I'm seeing the ice Giratotus that I never remember. Bonbaro. I'm seeing the fucking dumbass bat thing. I'm seeing.
Oh, so
and
okay, so this is the perfect transition then, because you're bringing up the dumbass bat, but that is my biggest issue with Monster Hunter Sunbreak is the fact that Palumu is not in there. We had a Sunbreak presentation today, and the fact, like, I guess.
Oh,
Tito, you
fuck
talk
out of
about
here with
this-
Paluma. We got Ryzex, baby.
Yeah, but there's no
Astalos is
Legia
back.
crust. No Legia crust at all.
Get them the fuck out of here. We got the Electro Dragon back. He is back, baby. Generations is no longer just Dino Valdo.
It's going to be hard to see Leggy come back. It's just like because you're gonna get like albino Leggy that's only on land, and you're missing like half the point of that monster. So I don't know when they're gonna bring it back.
Sorry,
Astalos
going
is
through this.
back. We got Generations not only reserved for Glavenus, we have the potential of getting Gore Magala back now.
And go be cool.
When
I
did we
don't
see
give
first,
a damn about Legiacris, baby.
When did we first see gameplay of FF7R?
I think that was. I thought
E3?
that was an E3. Was that E3
Wait, no,
2016?
wasn't
I
that
think it was
the
E3, wasn't it?
wasn't that the
it was that-
PlayStation December
Right,
thing?
Right.
Because
So
I'm
they had,
only-
they had a
was
separate.
PSX.
No, but I know what Mike's talking about. There was a separate Square Enix state of play. And that was what I was going to argue with when we were talking about going back and forth about like new updates on games that we saw before. That was fire. And everyone woke up for that. But that goes back to Fidel's point once again of they told us in advance, you are getting a solid look at Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then everybody was hyped about it and nobody was disappointed. And they
'Cause
got to
they're-
do that more frequently.
There was a state of play last year that I remember specifically because this was the state of play that made me go and look up what the hell Deathloop was because I had no fucking idea, and they kept showing it to me, expecting me to go, "Oh, is Deathloop?"
Yeah, that was the
And
one where they said like it's gonna have 10 minutes.
so
of Deathloop.
there, that was the one that had 9 minutes of Deathloop gameplay because I was like, "What the hell is Deathloop?" I've heard the name like 16 times, still don't know what it is. In that state of play, I remember they showed off Deathloop. They showed off, I think it was the director's cut of Death Stranding and Lost Judgment. Those 3 games alone, getting updates on those is a fire state of play. I almost said direct again.
Wait,
So
repeat the other games real quick.
Yeah,
like
Lost Judgment, which is a Yakuza game. You're not
Okay.
going to sit here and tell me Yakuza isn't
Okay,
huge.
but you're not going to sit, and I love Yakuza, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that Yakuza is on the same level as some of these other titles. Like, it's not even like,
For some people, it definitely is.
No, but you can say that about anything.
I'm a
man. You
Yakuza
can say that about
player.
anything.
You can say that about
the third and first party stuff. Like,
Hey,
wait, hold on.
but I
and
think
Deathloop
the
was
point
shown
is-
like 5 times in other presentations and shit too. Like, I think it's a matter of like showing more of the games that people actually want to see, which they can do, but they choose not to in order to highlight these other, these other smaller titles, which again, like, I love Yakuza, but we've seen so much of Yakuza from other things, from Tokyo Game Show, from separate Sega presentations, that like when you see it again in a state of play, you're like, okay, there's not new stuff that's in there. Like,
Right,
it's
but you
stuff
were
that you've
talking
seen
about
at
them
other times
showing
before.
off stuff and
Right.
going more
It's-
in depth about stuff that
but it's-
they've talked
it's
about
in-depth.
previously.
It's the level of revealing
never gonna-
exciting new information. You're not getting like mind-blowing reveals for those games. You're seeing like repackaged, repurposed trailers revealing the same information that you've seen in other things before. That's the difference. It's like if they
But it's
reveal
not,
like
it's not even here's the thing, but like I don't even know why it's in a comparison because like literally Sony if they thought state of plays were a level of a direct, they wouldn't have the PS5 showcase. They would make a state of play and not have these showcases. They know the showcase is their direct, is their thing where here's your big third party game reveal. Here's your big first party titles. Like
That's cap.
That's the
by
point.
the way,
What
that's
do you-
super cap.
How is it cap?
That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense because that's
How is that
like saying if Nintendo was gonna put out if you have the opportunity between E3 showing off the PS5 and doing a if you had the time of showing off the new Switch and doing a direct on the Switch and not showing it at E3, you're showing it at E3 at that time. Like, and they did. So like that comparison is
what I
weird.
mean,
Like,
because before E3, all this E3 should happen, right? They did the thing where like PlayStation would have their E3 showcase, they would have a Tokyo Game Show showcase, and remember in the PS4 era they had PSX, which was like a big event that they had 3 major events that were essentially their directs.
they're
right?
directs, right?
That
They were the
stopped
seasonal
happening.
big thing that everyone
Yeah.
was excited about,
Yeah.
right?
That stopped happening, and they started doing these state of plays, and that was when the E3 started middling and like falling out. And
Right.
then now they've started to do ever since the PS5 era. They're like, here's the showcase. Like this will be our premier thing where this is where the big stuff are.
This is
state of
literally.
play from
I have to call out this absolute idiot in chat because I'm reading this and this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever read in my life. I have to read this person out. And 2EC Static says, without Smash Brothers, Nintendo Directs would have no clout. That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my life. Without Smash Brothers, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Without Smash Brothers. Say Pokemon, Mario. I don't even like Mario like that. Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, Mario Kart. Like without
the past
Smash
two
Brothers,
have not even had Smash. They've still been really good.
that is the dumbest thing I've
still
ever
been
heard in
very
my
good
life.
quality.
Of
Again,
course.
this is not a competition between the two. All I'm saying is for somebody who has no bias between the two types of showcases, on average, I can listen to one of them be announced and be like, there's going to be 2 or 3 things I care about. I don't have to watch it.
Well, I think what I think it really comes down to, I know Roger's not saying this, but to me, it sounds like what Roger wants is Sony to come up with first party titles and have those in state of play. So there's something always around a state of play that's first party that you can be excited about because you know they're coming anyway. Then you get one that's all third party. And like I said, they're doing that because they need to catch a wide audience of people. But then there's nothing for you to be like super excited about. But with a Nintendo Direct, I know every time I see a Nintendo Direct, this is like an indie world, something first party will be in there for me to like be excited about.
For the most part, yes, there definitely has been directs. Like for example, the direct where they announced the expansion pass for the Switch Online, where they announced that the 64 games were coming, and they said and they showed the Animal Crossing stuff too. I did not really care for that direct. And I'm not saying this as somebody that's like, oh man, Sony is so good. Sony state of plays have been dog shit before. I'm not denying that, right? But
sure.
like both directs and state of plays, they will have stuff that just completely suck, and I do not care about anything in them. However, on bog average, I can expect 1 or 2 things announced in a state of play or a Nintendo Direct that I'm like, that's pretty cool.
How many
And
Nintendo
then-
Directs have there been? Sorry.
There's been a lot.
Oh, there's been.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years, so I have no idea.
No, that's what I'm saying. There have only ever been 10 state of plays.
Yeah, okay. That's that. But my thing is, when you're trying to compete,
No. I'm not competing. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy to think. Like, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because they do a lot of the game specific ones. And,
I don't know if Tito was
now they
trying
have
to
the main
compare,
showcase.
but like
I'm not.
I was just trying to look and see like what exactly, and to go back onto the topic of showing stuff off, I brought up that state of play that showed that 9 or 10 minutes of Deathloop, because at that point I had heard Deathloop so many times and they showed it to me again that I was like, all right, fine, I'll check out what is Deathloop. What are they talking about?
Deathloop and Death Stranding. Well, Deathloop, at least they showed gameplay, even though it changed a bunch over the years while they're working on it. But Death Stranding trailers to me, like, what the fuck was that game? Until it actually came out, no idea. So I was never excited for a Death Stranding trailer because, like,
well,
the
again,
trailers told you nothing about the game.
Again, like us and our personal anecdotal experiences and our anecdotal like expectations for games, that's fine. Death Stranding was huge.
Obviously,
like,
it's a Kojima game.
absolutely, of course. It's a Kojima game.
Of course.
But Death Stranding was part of big showcase, Sony. That was always at their big E3 thing. That was always at Game Awards. Like that's
exactly. I was going to say the Game Awards is where you expect to get the information on it. So that's like where okay, we're going to get a big solid Death Stranding drop instead of just like a little thing.
And the director and that state of play specifically where they showed off the new stuff in the director's cut was that. At least to me, in conceptualization, it was that for me.
But also,
I guess. But
also,
I don't know,
remember,
like a director. No. Go ahead.
But again, remember that was also the update trailer of the expansion, because that expansion was revealed at Gamescom.
Yes, and that announcement didn't have anything in it. The state of play had all of the showcase of the new stuff.
Wasn't the Game Awards where you got the little trailer where they were like replicating Metal Gear?
No, that was Gamescom. Gamescom.
Yeah. That was Gamescom. Okay, weird.
Yeah. And then it was a state of play in September.
Yeah, they usually do like Japanese stuff at Gamescom and then save, obviously, the major Japanese IPs, but also a lot of the other like Western IPs like Horizon, like Call of Duty, things like these for state of plays. Like they announced Last of Us Part 2 release date was out of state of play. Ratchet and Clank state of play. But things like FF7 or even the Metal Gear stuff, that's usually like other events that aren't particularly state of plays.
So I think a perfect ending for this, because I think we've lingered on this, unless you guys want to talk about it.
Talk about no, for sure.
I think the bookend is the games that are actually announced. Nintendo has a higher like quality floor and a higher quality ceiling. The state of plays need better presentation going forward, despite what they're going to show. They can show me the best things in the world there, but the actual show itself is not paced well, it's not presented well, and they need to start doing that.
You to find God.
I got a question. Is it worth getting a PS5? Because I'm shopping for one, and I don't know.
Okay, so
for sure.
That's a great.
That's a complicated answer because I have a PS5 and I haven't played it in 3 years, and it's only been out for 2.
Didn't you play it today?
No.
Didn't you play for Guilty Gear?
Oh, that doesn't count, bro. I have that game. No, I only have Guilty Gear for the broke niggas that don't have a PC, bro, and are still playing on PlayStation 4.
They're playing on PlayStation 4. I'm about to say, if they got a PS5, they can't be broke. But they got PS4. You got it.
Half the people I try to play with talk about I got a PS4, bro.
Okay, so it depends on, for me personally, and a lot of people out here have PS5s, but like there are certain games that I know I'm gonna want God of War, so I bought a PS5.
But when is that dropping though?
This year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I have a PS5 preemptively for games that I may want to play one day.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, Ricky.
But like,
are these titles still coming to PS4 though? Like, or is this just going to be a PS5 exclusive?
Some are PS5 only.
Yeah.
If you have a PS4, you're probably good for a while, honestly.
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
Should, but when they were having trouble making PS5s, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make more PS4s for people." So
Yeah,
It was kind of weird.
but it depends, Ricky. Like on like what you have to think about. All right, so I might not want a PS5 now or need one, but am I gonna want one a year from now when Spider-Man 2, not a year from now, but you know what I'm saying? Spider-Man 2, God of War 2, you know, all these, you know, Street Fighter 6.
It's going to be amazing, of course.
You know, it's gonna be your expected value is gonna be crazy. Like for me,
It's an investment.
yeah, it's an
Final
investment.
Fantasy 16 for sure.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. Like for me, Ratchet and Clank is Ratchet and Clank by itself is good enough for me for what this Horizon Forbidden West good enough for me. Like, but you know,
Ricky, having known you though for longer than anybody on the show, Ratchet and Clank ain't for you, buddy, and
Yeah,
save your
it's
money
not.
for now. Like it's just not. It's not.
I used to
Like-
play some Ratchet and Clanks, but I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if
I mean, it's a really good game. It's a really,
You get what I mean?
it's a really good game, and I think it takes advantage of the power of the PS5 for sure. But I know you, and I know you would regret it. So I would say don't do it yet.
yeah. It was the best looking game on
but
PS5.
it's really
of all
good.
time.
This is not to downplay Ratchet and Clank. The new Ratchet and Clank really is great.
Yeah, it's just not for
Yeah.
him.
There has
Right.
I
to
just
be-
hate
there
this
has to be
cycle of
certain
new
safety too.
consoles.
What do you mean?
New
Right.
consoles come out. It's like, all right, do I need to buy one? No. Do I need to buy one? No. 4 years pass. All right, there's like a handful of games I want to play.
Yeah, do that.
I just buy them. I
Yeah,
just have them. So
Hey,
when it
well, I
comes
mean, you
out,
can get
I
that
just don't
Xbox
want them to
whenever.
sit there and collect dust
That
after
is
I'm done
exactly
playing
what
my
mine's doing.
16th run
Yeah.
of Returnal. Because I was
Right.
gonna get a PS5 for Returnal, and then I was like, what the hell else am I gonna play?
Bro,
I just
I've had a
fighters
I've
and
had a
basketball
PS5
machine.
since day one. I've played Cyberpunk, which didn't even fucking work ever. I played what's that fucking fighting game that dropped the demo or not demo like a beta?
DNF Duel.
Oh,
Yeah, I
DNF
played
Duel,
that
yeah.
shit. I played Spider-Man, which I could have played on my PS4 anyways.
Yep.
And that's it, bro. And I played Guilty Gear, but I already have that on my PC anyway, so I don't really count that.
Yeah, that's a lot of the thing.
Xander-
Let me put it to you this way, Ricky. I go out of my way. I buy games on my PS5 that I could buy on PC, so I have a reason to turn on my
Bro,
PS5.
that's exactly what I do with Cyberpunk.
And that's
bro.
a horrible. That
'Cause
sounds like a horrible reason. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't
You
make
know
sense.
what I mean? It's just-
Especially because
yeah,
Cyberpunk is way better on PC anyways. I bought it
Yeah.
on PS5 just so I can play my shit.
You know. Well, I don't have a PC right now, right? So Ender in chat is saying something pretty interesting. He's talking about the Steam Deck. Are people interested in getting that?
I just bought that shit the
I've
other
seen
day.
things about
Got
it.
it on pre-order.
I'm still waiting to email me
I'm,
about my
I'm waiting
pre-order.
too.
I just
I
got- I got
pre-ordered
my-
it.
I
I
got
still
my
don't own
Q2
it.
pre-order.
I got about 9 of them.
Still waiting on mine. Got it. And
Yep.
I'm waiting on it to get
I
delivered.
will be getting it, but just waiting.
What was your expected pre-order date?
It's just, like they just told me emails are going out. I have the last package, so I don't know.
It
if
didn't
it's
say like
already
Q2 or Q3.
I think it's like Q2. I'll open up Steam and double check.
I thought mine said Q2. Yeah.
And mine says Q2.
I just haven't gotten my email yet. I've been checking every day.
Can't over under on Shofu being the first one to have Steam Deck drift, bro.
Bro,
That
as
shit
if
was
I'm
tough.
ever going to play that shit in handheld when I'm gonna have a monitor and a keyboard at all times, bro. I don't
I
play
really
any.
messed around with it as a.
But then why do you?
portable stream
I don't
device.
have just on my Joy-Cons either because I don't use them ever.
But then why would you see a Switch? I would get.
At,
But if you're
at
gonna
bare
play-
at bare minimum, I'll have a controller to plug into it.
all right.
If I have
in
to
your,
play,
in your Steam Deck,
yeah,
you're not going to play Steam Deck in handheld mode?
no. Why would I ever
What's
do that?
Wait, what? I genuinely am asking you this. Then, what's the point of you buying a Steam Deck?
Portability.
It's
What
a
are you talking
portable
about?
console.
It's
Okay, hold
portable.
on, you're confusing me.
okay,
Hold on,
okay,
this,
okay,
this,
I
this
get- I
is
get
a
what
little
you mean.
confounding. Wait,
Yeah,
he means
I understand.
portability, like taking it to a hotel or
Yeah, you can plug it up to a
brothel or
monitor.
something.
or
Either way,
something.
it's portable. If I gotta set it on a table and plug a controller,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
still fine. I just don't.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
not ever
understand.
going to
Yeah,
use my
you mean
Joy-Con.
like you'll put
but
it
it's
like
not
how you
something
put
you're
a Switch
playing in your bed
tabletop.
or anything.
I'm not doing all
Right.
that. No, I just get up and sit at my desk if I gotta play a game that bad.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and you don't.
no.
I'd get it for that.
That's what I'm saying. If I want to play Guilty Gear in a cafeteria or Starbucks,
Then
I'll
you
do
can
that shit.
for sure.
It's on.
I'll take
That's
it out of
cool.
my
That's cool.
backpack and plug a controller in. I just won't. I don't like the handheld shit. That's just me though. I'm not
See,
knocking it.
That seems like a better investment than a PS5. I'm like, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but it's
probably
I'm
is.
not saying that I don't
For
got
you.
it.
Okay, but
But
here's,
yeah,
here's the
There
thing.
are other people who don't got it, and they
No,
gotta make a
but
choice.
certain games you won't be able to run on it. It's a Linux-based system. Some games need DirectX. You need Windows. So certain stuff just won't work on it. yet. It's basically there if you want to have the option to play certain games on the go, or if you want to use it for other
It
things.
doesn't have the whole Steam library going for it.
It does, but not every game's going to work.
You can put Windows on it though.
I've been looking at that. The Windows options right now are really bad.
Oh really?
Oh, Windows XP?
No, putting Windows on the Steam Deck right now doesn't work as well as you would hope it would.
What you know about that Windows XP? Even Ricky knows about that Windows
They
XP.
released the Windows drivers and they're not very good. I looked into that recently. So if you're looking to do that, that will probably work later. But right now, a lot of stuff works. Like the controller functions don't work sometimes. If
Got
you're
that
on
Windows 98.
Maybe just wait a little bit for them to work out some more kinks, and then
Yeah, I think the Steam Deck is worth it. That's why I'm buying one. But like, if you want an option for a console, I'd buy something else before Steam Deck.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird because I'm waiting on 2 consoles right now because I pre-ordered the Steam Deck and mine should be coming in Q2. But then I also ordered the Playdate.
Yeah, where's the Playdate?
I'm waiting on my Playdate.
Me too.
It's a cool like digital. No. No, it's like a.
Sounds like.
No, I can understand. It's a little Game Boy. It's a cute like indie Game Boy basically that's got a really nice screen, and the whole like gimmick of it is it has a crank as the control stick. There's like a little crank on the side of it, and it delivers like new games to you every week. Here, I'll link to it, but it's cool. But I'm waiting
because I'm not typing this in Google. I'm not typing this in Google.
Playdate? That's fair. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And for like general consoles, Ricky, for me, it's like I get them all because I'd rather have them and them sit there. But when a game comes out, I want to play on them. I can just play them than have to go get them later. That's just how I think of it. But that's just me.
This is powered by you cranking it and playing the game at the same time.
Hey, yo!
Oh my god!
You can't distort what I said.
You ain't
looking at
what you cranking over there,
said-
brother?
You said cranking.
Yo!
Yeah, you gotta. There's a crank switch on the side of it that you.
Ricky, stop cranking it, man.
Listen, Fidel, do you always have these rectum ass tapes?
Yes.
Come on, bro, shut up.
Wait, rectum.
Random. I think you said random.
He said
I think
yes.
you said random.
No, I said rectum. I said
yes.
rectum.
He said
These
rectum.
ass tapes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
He said
I
rectum,
exactly
and then
what I said.
Fidel
Yes.
said yes, confident.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hey,
But okay, this is the play date. This is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It looks like more work than usual. But what's the appeal of this?
So the whole thing is there's a bunch of different like indie developers that are making games for it. The actual company that like is making it's called Panic, which is the company. Were you here for Untitled Goose Game?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so like there was a really cute indie game that came out for Switch called Untitled Goose Game, and the company behind it.
What the?
Wait, what the hell was
Did
that?
someone just die?
You're
Bro,
kidding
what is
me.
your mic?
Gotta
on?
be Fidel.
Is that fucking
Oh,
Fidel?
man.
Fidel, what the fuck?
Bro.
He went downstairs.
Hey, wherever you're at, stay
Anyway,
over
it's-
there.
My
It's
IQ,
essentially
bro,
it's
listen
an
to me.
indie. It's like an indie Game Boy where a bunch of
Alright.
different indie developers are making games for this cool little thing, and then the games get delivered to you over Wi-Fi digitally, and you basically get a new game to play every week. But the games don't go anywhere; they're like saved on there, and then you can play them every week. And it's super cute. It's like a neat idea. It's different, and it's just like it's not gonna be your dedicated handheld thing, but it's just like a fun kind of console. It's like a new idea. It's a new concept. It's cool.
How much is this one? This one. This
Uh,
can't be more than
Like
$50.
99, right?
No, it was. I think it was 150. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's got 4 gigabytes of like flash in it. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything. You'd have like Bluetooth headphones on it. It charges with USB-C. There's like a regular headphone jack. It's
You can,
179. There you go. 179.
Make games for it in your browser and stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff in it. But it's definitely not something I would say if you're looking to invest in a new console, Ricky, get yourself a Playdate, because I'm also waiting on my Playdate to get delivered. So like, the thing is, I would say if you're gonna do anything at this point, your Steam Deck might be the move
Steam
for
Deck
you.
is-
Honestly.
Steam Deck got to
Can
be
you
the way.
even stream this
Yeah.
console?
Yeah,
No.
the Playdate,
Yeah,
yes.
because it has it.
Oh yeah, you
isn't
can.
it-
That's right, because it's got the USB-C. You can. Yeah.
Yeah, they announced like it's gonna come with like a software to
Right.
stream it.
You could stream it. Yeah. Gotta be cool, man. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Speaking of
This sounds like
cool,
a console specifically aimed at rich hipsters.
Okay, well,
Wow.
I mean, that's whatever.
Sorry,
That's
Roger.
fair.
I'm sorry you got
That
called
was
out.
kind of like a slight at Roger a
sorry.
little bit, though.
That's
Not-
fine
not-
though. You know, I'll take
That
it.
was
That's
kind of
fine.
that was.
Zeph,
So
why do you
Zeph, I
hate
see you.
Roger? Zeph, why do you
I'll-
hate Roger?
Zeph is the executive producer of the show. He can say whatever he wants.
Right, exactly. If you want to say my butt smells, you can say my butt smells. That's fine, man. It's okay.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
I wasn't even thinking about Roger. If I'm being honest with you, I'm just very high in saying what I thought.
That's fair enough.
They
What are you,
can't do
I gotta ask you then.
Okay,
if you're sort of feeling it, you're on the clouds right now. I gotta ask, what was your thought on the whole state of play Nintendo Direct discussion?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's when I got high.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Hey, speaking of thoughts, Zeph, what are your thoughts on Have a Nice Death?
That game's all right.
Yeah, it is all right. All right, we're good. Moving on.
Yeah, so anyway, Mario Theme Park officially confirmed for 2023. Who's coming to LA? Who's coming to visit?
Let's
I'm excited for
I
it.
have to.
We
This
definitely
is
should
my
do
bad.
something for that. We gotta do something
Yeah,
for that.
for sure, for sure.
Something for
You know what we
What
should
are
do
doing?
for it? I think
Mario
we should
theme park
all.
opening.
What we should all do, we should all go to the theme park opening with Shofu. Could you open up the URL from earlier? Could you throw that URL on screen again for the Japan Time shop? Because I think we should all go to Nintendo World wearing our Japan Time jacket. I think that's right.
What the fuck?
And then
Somebody
you,
just
if
killed a
you
bird.
happen to be at Nintendo World while they're at Nintendo World, you can have them sign your Japan Time jackets
Right.
or hats.
Or mugs, or Roger Space plushies, or anything, whatever you buy, or your other shirts, or your pill boxes.
If you don't shut the fuck up, bro. Oh my god.
Ricky, I think
I don't want to.
Ricky. I mean, you know, marijuana is legal here in California. So Ricky, maybe you can go get some good stuff and fill up people's pill boxes. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all want you
That might
talking
be the
about
way.
you talking about you want me to hook
This
you
is
want me to hook
insane.
the crew up with the sticky rickies?
I'm
good.
saying maybe
I
you
would
go
rather
pick
not.
up
Yeah,
some
I
sticky
would
With
rather
Rickies
not.
in the pill
with the
boxes.
sticky rickies? And I'm not talking about the product. Yeah, okay.
Then
I don't know what
we're
you
talking
mean
about two
anymore now.
different things. I don't want to talk about. No.
I'm uncomfortable.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
call them
yo!
Maybe Ricky, I don't know about that. That's weird. We're moving on.
Yeah,
Then that is
I
absolutely
got
not
you. I
happening.
got you though. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, Mario World, it's going to look awesome. Opening in LA. By the way, shout out to the people who bought the jackets. We're now a fourth through our entire stock, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Except for Static, you know, I would refund your thing right now. If you bought a jacket, just refund it. Yeah, refund it. But anyway, moving on.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let the man live.
I can't. I'm sorry. He said he wanted to come and call. I told him I was more than willing. Please come and call multiple times.
bro.
No,
I
he
never
ain't
did.
got to work,
Has
bro.
not
talk to-
ended well.
I don't
That
want
is
to talk
not
to that
ended
guy
well.
after what he said. He's
He
crazy.
ain't got time for this.
That would have been good.
I hope he buys a plushie, then gives you his money, and then films himself like burning it or some shit.
I hope he does. If you're out there, I hope you do buy my plushie and burn it. I will be very happy sitting with that money in my pocket. So thank you very much. Please, I encourage you to buy my plushie and burn it. Thank you very much.
Remember one time where Shofu threw his Wii out the window, or his fucking
Static,
Wii
you
U out
my
the window?
Static, you my guy.
Roger.
You my guy, Static.
Remember one time where Shofu chucked that bitch out the window, bro?
I remember people were heated as shit, and it was like, oh goodness.
Yo, that video was golden, Shofu. bro.
I don't even know what y'all talking about, to be honest.
What?
Someone
So
I
you
know
gonna-
had a whole
you gonna- so you gonna-
dissertation about why Shofu is no
you
longer
gonna
a
act
good
brand new
content
right now.
creator. That was
So
like,
funny.
Nigga got his birthday. He's acting brand new now. All right.
I said I don't remember. I didn't say it didn't happen, bro. I just don't remember what you're talking about.
You don't remember the video that you made of you throwing your
controller.
fucking Wii? Your Wii
you
U?
threw it off. You threw it out the window into a trash can.
Yeah.
And put it on Twitter.
Nice.
He said that he
It
said he
wasn't
actually.
a big deal to him.
He
Yeah.
said, I gotta say, shout out. He said he actually bought a Rogers Base plushie. So you know what? All is forgiven. Thank you very much. Appreciate
That's
that,
all it
Static. You
takes.
have wonderful opinions. That's all it takes. Yeah.
He's the worst human. He is. He truly is the worst of us.
I am. Yeah, that's right. But you know what
my
isn't the worst of us?
The Last of Us.
Well, okay,
The best
but
of
I was going somewhere with that. I was going to
about
say Elden Ring.
you took too long. You took too
No,
long.
no, that's
on it.
fair. That's fair. I was going to say Elden Ring, and Elden Ring. I got to say, congratulations.
Are you serious,
Hold on,
Bagman?
my goldfish is acting out.
Not me.
What?
Your
Wait.
goldfish.
Wait.
You shot the goldfish?
Wait.
Now I didn't hear a glass shatter.
No,
so
you can keep going,
theoretically-
Roger. Chill out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I want to say congratulations to Elden Ring for selling 2 million copies less than Brilliant
12
Diamond and
million
Shining
copies.
Pearl. Thank you very much. No, 2 million, yes, less
That's
than
the
BDSP.
pettiest thing I've ever
Thank
heard in
you
my
very
life.
Are you serious right now? You're
You're a
not
piece
serious.
of shit.
He's not
You're a
serious.
No,
piece of shit.
I'm definitely teasing. Elden Ring, congratulations, has sold 12 million copies worldwide. I'm just saying that's how sad this is that it's sold 2 million less than BDSP.
Well,
But-
considering
but
that
it's
their
an amazing
launches
game.
have always, this is their biggest launch yet.
You must be working for Horizon,
That's
Roger.
the best selling
Okay.
game, I'm pretty sure now already.
He must be.
That's my secret. I've been working on the Horizon Forbidden West team. Exactly, that's it.
He is Guerrilla Games.
Really different.
Yeah, technically, Guerrilla Games actually they gave me Roger's Base plushies as well, so they bought me out, which is why I had to do that intro like that. Yeah, but no, Elden Ring, like you said, the biggest opening for any of the Souls-like games, sold 12 million copies already. I think all of us have been playing it, right?
I have finished.
It's Evil Breath of the Wild, right?
It's not Evil Breath of the Wild. Don't do
It's
that.
actually,
Okay, hold
Yes,
on.
not
I might
all
have
of us been
activated.
playing it.
I don't want to
It's-
activate Chris. Let Chris say what he was saying before I.
No, yeah, I was about to say this.
The Wild is funny as fuck.
Evil
I'm
Breath of the Wild.
It's
Um,
I'm sorry.
But
It's Shin
considering
Breath of the Wild.
considering that all of the Souls games previously, all of the From Software games, even Bloodborne and Sekiro didn't really do this well, is almost whimsical in a way. Considering I don't want to say barrier to entry that these games have, but
It's definitely
considering
a
their
barrier to entry.
niche, more specific playstyle that you have to adapt to. And it's not a game that you can like brute force your way through. You have to understand certain things about the game, as opposed to a lot of other big AAA titles where you can figure out what to do and, oh, well, I'm just going to bash my head into this until it works. If you bash your head into something in Elden Ring or any of the other From Software games, it's going to be like, no. You're going to play like this. And you're going to understand why you're playing like this. So seeing the big like reception that Elden Ring has received is very, very it's very weird, kind of, because a lot of people are getting into this game and having some weird things that some weird takes, I would say.
What do you mean?
We mentioned briefly about earlier the Guerrilla Games dev mentioning that this game has a lack of like quest direction and UX.
I like that though.
Exactly. That's part of the thing about it.
Games go.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's why
also
it's not for me.
it's also weird seeing the amount of takes like, bro, what do you mean this boss kills me in 2 hits? The guy is 40 feet taller than you. Of course he's killing you in 2 hits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm curious though, Tito, you don't like having it open-ended?
We've talked about this a lot, and I guess the best way I can describe it is it's too open for me.
Okay, because
that's a personality thing for me.
But that's no. I totally understand because I was right there with you. I think did we talk about this a little bit on the last show? Okay, because I've played more since then, and I've come to sort of understand that it's not like, I don't know the right way to word this. Like I'm not rushing my way through the game anymore, or like trying to get through to the story. Like I really am just sort of exploring and wandering and not really like accomplishing anything, but like little by little getting a few things. And I'm right there with you. Yeah, the first like 5 hours of the game, I was like, it was too open. I felt like there was almost too much to do. Like I needed a little bit of structure. But now that I've gotten more into it and like the actual, like the rhythm of how the game plays, I actually think that had the game sort of told me where to go earlier, and I was being directed like to like one of the first major bosses or something, I probably would not have enjoyed it as much, and it would have been more of like that Souls grind, which is the reason why like I haven't really gotten through the majority of the Souls games. Not because like I don't like challenging games or you have to figure out boss battles. I love that. Like I love Cuphead, I love Hollow Knight, I love that kind of stuff. It was
we
the
brought this up last time.
Right.
Though, the
Right.
graces tell you where to go.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're talking
Not
about
even
that.
just the graces. By the first time you get to the Stormvale one, Melina says, "Oh, you're gonna go beat up Godric, who's in this castle right behind me."
Right. And so I think like as you're opening up throughout the game and you're learning more about the graces and you're sort of understanding the rhythm of it, to me that wore off. And maybe it didn't for you, but I'm just saying for me personally, like that feeling of this is too open, I'm kind of too lost and not enjoying it right now did waver for me.
I put about 13 to 15 hours in it. I really wanted to like it because the game is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I really enjoy just looking at it. But for me and just who I am as a person, like I need a primary objective, but I also, if I'm gonna play, I understand the whole appeal of the gameplay being very core centric, and although the story is there and it's apparent and it's good and whatever, I don't know it. I'm sure it's good, but for me, I can't really get invested because it just feels like for me when I was playing that I was just a mechanism for the game to exist and for me to explore. Whereas, and I'm only comparing this because it's the other game that I'm playing, where when I play Horizon,
hey, wait a minute,
for me personally, I find it much easier for me to keep playing the game because I don't get overwhelmed by everything. So it's like I really wanted to like it. I never really liked Dark Souls games to begin with, but I was like, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna pay however much money it is, and I wanna be honest, and I wanna give it an objective shot. But for me, it's been very rare where I've been overwhelmed by choice in a game. But when you leave the fucking area, the after you spawn or whatever, and I explore that little castle and I beat up a bunch of skull idiots, and then I open that door, and then I literally sat there for 3 minutes waiting for someone to tell me what to do, and I'm just like, oh, I could just move now, and this guy tells me I have no bitches. All right, I guess I'll just keep going.
That's definitely like part of what is the identity of a Souls game.
Yeah.
All three of them, with the exception of three, all three of them kind of just dump you in, and then they're just kind of like, all right, you know roughly what you need to do. You're gonna go defeat you're gonna go ring the bells of awakening. You're gonna go defeat the four lords in Drang Lake. You're gonna go gather up the Lords of Cinder. In this game, it's you have to go defeat holders of the Great Rune, right? The Elden Ring, right? You have to go defeat the Shard Bearers, and they're like, all right, one's here. Fuck it, go. And then they're like, oh, you can go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And the only reason why you would even have any structure and knowing where to go is if you talk to NPCs. So that's why when you reach the grace that's in front of Stormvale Castle, Melina comes there and she's like, hey, by the way, this way. And that's why all of the sites of grace also have that like trail of golden dust that kind of direct you. It's like, hey, fucking left, I guess, is going to be a guy.
Yeah.
And if you go left, you'll find the guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's how I found out. Because I remember I asked you, and because it took me forever to fucking like get into the castle to fight whatever his name is, the guy with the big ass club or the hammer thing, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
that
Margit.
idiot. Yeah, that guy. So I was like, oh, okay, I go over here. And then I did that. I beat that. I kept going. And it didn't having to consistently always decide, and people will be like, well, just explore, just move around. My brain can't do it. My brain.
That's super fair.
My day job, I'm not gonna tell you guys, not gonna tell the chat what I do for a living, but my day job is consistently making choices all the time, always. I would like it when I play a video game for them to
does
at
he
least
want the
tell
blue
me.
money or the green money? Hey, am I right?
Let's go. Let's talk to him. That's what I'm talking about.
The only choices I make, do I want it in 50s or $100 bills?
Hooray!
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, no, I totally get that, and
KMF.
that is not like an unsympathized with point. I do feel for the people that are like, I feel like this game is too open. I can go in too many places. If I go to this place, the game just beats my ass relentlessly. So I don't know what is appropriate to explore. I don't know what's not appropriate to explore. I do feel for the people that would like some more direction. So the overwhelming aspect of Elden Ring, especially with being a more open game. You know, like with Dark Souls, the entire series, with Sekiro, with Bloodborne, they're open to a point, but Elden Ring kind of feels like the culmination and natural evolution of, with a lot of games having open world aspects, you give Dark Souls the open world aspect, and now it's a little bit it's a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Sekiro, because like, to me that's just enough.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I want. Like, I have points on the map. Like, I don't need a UI. Like, the UI is not the important thing. It's the fact that I always want to know and have a thing that I'm working towards, and that to be apparent. You want to upgrade your gear, you do X, Y, and Z. You don't have to upgrade your gear, but if you want to, here it is. As opposed to, hey, you can play the whole game and not get a single, like, you can be dumping into int and not find a spell unless you go over here.
Yeah.
And I still don't have a third spell. I have 12 hours in the game. I still don't have another. I can't.
They hide stuff, man.
So and that's part of the issue when you have a lot of open-ended stuff, is that when it's a new game like this with Elden Ring, where nobody knew where everything was, I was hunting for a strength scaling weapon. I didn't know where the greatsword was. I didn't know where any of the big fuck off weapons were, and I found the great axe, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's been hours. Thank you for existing." And I was like, "This is fine. I can finally use this weapon." So going in and figuring out like exactly where stuff is, it is a hard hump to come over, unless like you're somewhat of a veteran to the series, because a lot of people, especially the players that are playing with either Faith or Int, the classes that require spells, they are sniffing out every corner of the map to try to find specific things.
Yeah, I had to look up a guide. Also, what's the 80%? Anyone want to take a guess?
80% is at 38 minutes.
That's crazy.
Unless no, I think this got it down to like 28.
It is 28.
Yep.
That's crazy. Also, weirdly enough, I've been enjoying this game as a multiplayer game. Like, I know there's the caves and stuff you could do alone, which I'll do sometimes, but
summons are great. Summons are phenomenal. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And for me, I've been playing it. I've been playing with friends basically pretty much the whole time. I think that's helped me enjoy it, because like I've been playing with a friend who plays all these games and he's good at them. So because of that, he's able to. Hey. Nah.
So
no, watch everything.
I'm playing on PS5 for the reason. I'm playing on PS5 for the reason I told Ricky earlier. So that's why I haven't been playing with anybody.
Yeah. So I will say, Fidel, playing this game co-op, I feel like it is probably the best game to play co-op of the entire FromSoft series.
Yeah,
it seems like they are highly incentivizing it, even if you don't play co-op, to have some form of assistance in a lot of areas.
Yeah. That's the annoying part. Like the fact that like, why can't I go in caves with my friends?
You
like
can.
You can.
A lot of them are fogged out. Like whenever we try to
so what you have to do, caves are like instances. You have to go in the cave and then summon them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I've been playing with my my friend Mikey, and we've been doing a lot of dungeons and catacombs together.
Interesting. Okay.
That's actually really good to know. I had no idea you could do that. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, so it's like instance out between dungeons and open world.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually good to know. Yeah, but I've been really just like, the only thing that's annoying is obviously like they make it annoying where like, okay, your friends die, they get summoned back to their world, you gotta reuse the summon thing, call them over. But like aside from that, just it's been really good, man. It's really of all these games, because I'm awful at these games, but I always play them for some reason. Of all of them I've played, like this is the one I've enjoyed the most, because like it just feels like, it's like what you were saying earlier, where if you're stuck on something, you can just go somewhere else and do something else, so you're not like bashing your head into a wall.
It's a very like open progression where it's like, hey man, this boss kicking your ass, don't go that way.
Yeah, don't go there.
Turn around. You can go wherever you want. And
man, that stuff's good.
Even if you feel like you're getting your ass beat, because I know you talked about the usage of the thing. I'm going to say, I don't know if anybody else has been playing this game where they find that they don't use it as much as I do. I have opened up the item crafting section of Elden Ring approximately twice.
Yeah, I barely use it.
Oh yeah,
I don't,
no,
I don't think I've even done it once, to be honest.
So
I don't think I've done it once.
One of the items that you can craft at the very top of the crafting list is the item that you can use to allow yourself to see summon signs. So if you're like, well, shit, man, this boss is really hard, and me and my friends keep dying for it. It's like, well, you can explore, get some more of the co-op crafting item, and then you can go grab some friends, and then you can either take this boss out, you can go and take this boss out. Yep, go for it. Why not? Also, for a minor thing, and I talked about this game really like incentivizing co-op and incentivizing help. I've been playing these games for a long ass time. You elitists can stop you. We can finally stop saying get good, because now there is so much help for you available on the table. Get good is no longer a thing you can say.
No. What I would say if someone's telling me to get good, I'd say summon. I'm going to summon you. And then if you're not carrying me enough, carry
And
me
you
harder.
die. Exactly. If
That's
I
right,
summon
carry me
you,
harder.
you die. Hey man, maybe you need to get good.
Right, exactly.
What an OS.
That's me every time I play PvP and FF14 now.
You're eating Wendy's.
I'm like, Gary Hardy, man. Me? What are you talking about?
Talking about Wendy's Nuggies? You eat Nuggies?
Oh, no. Somebody in the chat asked, should I get Wendy's or should I get like McDonald's or something? I say, get some Wendy's Nuggies, man.
Shit, whatever the fuck you want. You a grown ass man.
Exactly.
You need somebody. You need somebody to feed you too, bro.
Hey, grown ass man.
You can make your own goddamn decisions, man.
But with the amount of options that are available for you in the game to do an insane amount of damage, like with weapon arts, spells, summons, like the Ashen summons, if you want to use them, if you want to bring in other players for co-op, like the fact that you can't be invaded unless you have at least another person, or if you use a specific item, but unless you have another person with you, you can't have somebody just, oh man, I'm gonna invade this guy's game, I'm gonna put on this instant death build and I'm gonna run at him. Like there is a lot of support for you to actually progress through the game. So I feel that the statement of the people that don't understand or the people that aren't playing right need to get good, it is now if you say it, you sound pretty damn dumb, because they just probably have not interacted with the thing that allows them to get good. Because I didn't know how strong weapon arts were my first time through the game. I'm currently doing a level 1 playthrough and I'm abusing the dog shit out of Hoarfrost Stomp.
Yeah, that move's broken.
Me, nigga. We the best.
You stomp the ground and a bunch of ice shows up and it does damage, and then the ice explodes and does more damage, and the range is huge.
Yep. There's also like Bloody Slash, all of the boss weapon arts. Bloody Slash is crazy.
Bloody Slash is really good.
I've been using a colossal weapon, so I have not had a chance to try out many of the Ashes of War. So I kind of want to do a second playthrough with a normal weapon.
What colossal weapon are you using?
I'm using the Moon Veil.
Colossal?
Isn't it colossal?
It's a katana.
No, it's just a katana.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Using
I
that
can't equip
weapon,
any
yeah.
Ashes of War to it.
No,
Yeah, well,
because
that's
it's a
unique
special
weapons.
weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just
Using
figured
that
all the
one,
special
the-
ones were called colossal.
The
No,
laser and the
Colossal's are like
fire.
a
Colossal
great sword and
means
a giant
size.
hammer
It's
and-
the big
Oh, okay.
it's the big Billy badass weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, unique
almost-
weapons you can't put
do you start
different
flashlight?
Ashes of War on, but the Moonveil Ash of War, oh my god, that thing's
It's
broken
really good.
anyways.
That's
But
another
there's-
thing. Speaking of Moonveil, I see a lot of people that are like way too judgy on how people play a single player game.
Oh, of course.
It's yeah.
The Soul series has had a lot of elitism. That's where that like get good mentality comes from, which is very stupid.
Why are they gatekeeping? Isn't more sales?
Because I don't want the guy who doesn't play my game to play my game.
Don't do it. You over there playing my
They're
game?
not thinking logically, right? If FromSoft From Software, is that right? If they don't
It's the
make
best-selling
money,
game they've ever done. Yeah, right.
yeah, if they don't make money because there's so many people who are like trying to bar others from getting in on the fun, then it's like I'm not gonna say they're gonna stop it, but it hinders them going
of course
forward in the future.
That's why whenever I see people like talking about like, oh, there's an easy mode in this game, I'm like, bro, who cares? Who cares if somebody?
I don't get that.
Time? It's so
Are
dumb.
people forgetting the point of video games sometimes? Like,
no,
just to
they
enjoy yourself?
again, Ricky. It's about they want their thing for them. They don't want anybody else to get into the thing that's for them. So if other people get into it and they're doing they're playing the game that they like, and they don't want the other people to play it like them, it's easy mode. You're cheating. It's not honest. You didn't really play the game.
No, you have to like the thing
behavior. It's maidenless.
It is
maidenless behavior.
behavior.
Exactly. You want to skip some JoJo parts? Skip some JoJo parts. It's fine.
What?
He'll be there for you when you get back.
How did we get here?
No.
Where
It's
am
the same. It's the same type of mentality, right? I don't
That's
want
right,
people
right.
getting into the thing that I like because you have to experience it the way I want you to experience it. Look at all the chat going, whoa, no, it's not. It's exactly the same.
I can just read Deathly Hallows Part 1. Like I can just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
Now,
Who cares?
now, if you have questions and like concerns and you're confused, you should probably go back and look at the other ones,
okay.
right?
All right.
Or you could go on a wiki and just read the synopsis.
True.
Exactly.
True. I think I'll start with the Goblet of Fire. That's where I'll start.
Nice.
If
I highly
that's-
recommend.
Yeah.
I highly recommend starting with the Wano Country arc of One Piece, and then wikiing everything up to Skypiea, then reading Skypiea, and then wikiing everything else until Marineford, and then just skip Fishman Island entirely. It doesn't matter. And then
hate that
watch a couple episodes of Punk Hazard, specifically the one with Law, like towards the ending, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is fire. And then just wiki everything in Dressrosa, and then Whole Cake Island, just pretend it doesn't exist, and then
watch
you're
an
gonna be good.
AMV for Dressrosa because you'll save a lot of time.
AMVs are actually fire. You know what? Honestly,
skipped
watch an AMV. Watch an AMV for chapter 1 all the way to chapter 999, and start at 1000, and you'll have a fresh start.
Wait. Okay. So, or I could not.
Okay,
That's
that
true.
sounds
Yeah.
like a plan.
You know.
I like
But the
that.
thing is,
Let's
either way,
Definitely.
it's my choice because I'm a grown ass
Yeah.
man.
Or
Exactly.
you could, that's true. Or you could watch Jujutsu Kaisen. That's true too. Yeah,
It's true. I could make a poor choice.
that's right.
End
no.
of the day-
Any choice is better than watching My Hero. That's it.
There you
You're
go.
good.
Anyways,
shit.
the main point is you can experience things how you want to experience them. Obviously, everybody has a hyper like realized and idealized version of the experience of something for a particular medium, be it anime, video games, music, books, whatever, right? So Dark Souls is definitely one of those things where people are like, you have to play it with these self-imposed player challenges, and then everybody's like, all right, so should I just play the game at level 1, never level up once? Because, oh, wouldn't it be so hard to do that? So just ignore that. And this is more of a generalized statement for the chat itself. If you're going through the game and you like using the Sword of Night and Flame and your friend is like, bro, don't use that weapon. It's broken. It's OP. It's easy mode. Tell him to suck a fat one and keep spamming L2R2.
Oh my god. All right then.
Yeah.
Unless you invade me playing a bleed build, then you're a bitch.
Okay.
These
Maybe
pizza
one day,
rolls
I'll,
are so
maybe
fire,
one day I'll
man.
try it again, and I'll play it on PC and play it on multiplayer only.
Yeah, I can help you with that. If anybody wants to play through some PC stuff, I've done like 3 playthroughs now. I'm finishing my 4th.
Oh man.
Or
My God.
I
Yeah.
can play the award-winning MMORPG Final Fantasy. Oh,
So true.
Yes, sir. You sure can. I just got the Stormblood today. I can't wait.
talk to him, Roger.
And there is no problem with skipping Stormblood if you want to
Also,
buy it.
wait. Oh, I'm glad. Hold on. Oh, that's true also. But hold on.
I don't know. That's
What I was
entirely
gonna
true.
say. What I was
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah, I'm about to say that. I'm like,
Dude, that's
What I was gonna
Wiki
say.
that shit and keep it
That's
pushing.
I
Behavior.
said. minor spoiler, and you're not going to understand what I mean by this, but way back when I first started playing Final Fantasy XIV, we talked about it on the show, you guys were asking me who my favorite girl was, and I said Minfilia.
Uh-huh.
And now, where I am right now, without giving any specifics, the very beginning of Stormblood, the answer is still Minfilia.
Okay.
There you go.
That's all.
fine. That's fine.
That's all.
I just know, Roger, I was where you're at, where I was there, you know? When
That's
I was
right.
there, that's where I was, where you're
That's
at
it.
right now.
That's it.
Just
And then
know,
something's gonna
Roger,
change?
If you need to start yelling about a specific character in Stormblood, I'm right here. I will be with the. With you on the young droid team.
So far, I like Gosetsu. I think he's cool. I like him.
That guy's
he's
great.
Cool. So far, I like Lise, but I wish she didn't have straight across banks. But I like Lise.
I'm sorry.
So I love the trailer. The trailer's amazing for
Trailer's
Stormblood.
dope. Yeah.
Trailer's
All
absolutely
trailers are
beautiful.
good.
I don't know what the hell's going on with like the city underwater Naboo stuff. That looks amazing. I can't wait to go there. I like the city on the water. I think that's cool too. Heaven's Word was like one of the best things I've ever played in my life. Absolutely
It's my favorite
incredible.
expansion.
So good.
And
The
it
end
only,
Step up.
Heaven's
only
Word
gets better.
3.3.
Yeah.
Is seriously like one of my favorite JRPG experiences of all time.
Yeah.
That good.
3.3 is crazy. 3.3 is
So good. Yeah.
Hey, and when you get the Shadowbringers, bro, that's
wait.
where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I can't wait.
I'm over here with it.
Well, I could get there if I just decide to pay for the Stormblood skip.
You could.
Hey,
I could.
You're not.
And you know what?
Please
You know
do
what?
not.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and
That's your
pull
gut.
up.
And that's
Actually,
your
you know
gut.
what,
You're right.
Tito, you know what I just realized too? You know how I could pay for that skip? I could pay for that skip with all the money that we're getting from these Japan Time merchandise. So you can get a japantime.shop. You can go on japantime.shop. You can get a Japan Time jacket. You can get a Rogers Base plushie. You can get a Japan Time hat. You can get pretty much whatever you want. You can get a Ricky
Endorsed by
Cocaine
Aaron
pill
Yeager
box.
himself.
Absolutely, that's true. Aaron Yeager's well, maybe we don't want him as our number one. It's not. Maybe let's rewind this. Let's rewind this a little bit. Let's rewind this a little bit. We don't endorse Aaron Yeager, but we're happy he endorses us. Let's say that. Right?
I don't understand context. Don't tell me. Don't tell me I don't care.
I'm not going to say anything. That's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You
But-
basically can't say anything. But that's
Yeah, I guess we can't. We have to leave it. Yeah. By the way, while we're talking, we're on the topic real quick. 2 episodes left of Attack on Titan of this final season. Question to the people who are aware of Attack on Titan: do you think it's going to be a part 3, or you think it's going to be a movie?
It's called final season, so they better do a part 3. I feel like them doing a movie.
trash ass ending is what it's
After calling this a final season, be really shitty.
Because the last 9 chapters are very
Wait, it's only
action
2
focused.
episodes?
Yeah, it's 2 episodes, and then because that goes to episode or chapter. Excuse me. The final episode will go to chapter 130. Probably adapting a couple things from 123.
I thought it was
and
gonna
then
be 3 episodes. Never mind.
no, and then 131 to the ending, which is 139. Is probably going to be adapted into a movie, right? Because the episodes are 20 minutes
like
long.
there's not enough time left. Like,
No,
not enough
it-
story left.
Well, I mean, I have an idea of where they're going to end it if they're going to end with 129, because it'll be a good ending, right? But it's not going to be a satisfying ending because you're not going to get the conclusion to a lot of stuff. But it's going to end on an emotional high, I think. So I think people are going to enjoy it.
Isn't it that like there's a break in between the last episode and there's like an event that weekend in Japan for it?
Is
that
there?
was-
There
That's
might
what
be. Yeah, they probably will do that. Then they'll announce. I think it'd be kind of stupid if they don't do a movie. To be honest, after what Demon Slayer did
No,
with
I agree.
Mugen Train,
That would
it's
be
like you
amazing.
give it a movie budget for the Rumbling and have some amazing moment, and I think it'd be great. Yeah.
Speaking of movies, have you guys seen on Twitter JJK fans literally foaming at the mouth in their 8x8 steel cages as they like gnaw at the bars at the people who are just like, "Yay, Black Clover movie!" Like it's just
I think I saw that once. Yeah.
yeah, they're just so mad. They're just so, and meanwhile, Black Clover fans are like, "Yay!" Like,
No, on the topic of movies, real quick, and no spoilers for this at all. Oh my God, the Batman was awesome.
Oh, I'm
the
seeing it.
Batman
I'm
was
seeing it.
so sick.
It was a
I
great
could pick
movie.
a time to go see it.
Oh,
If you're hearing good
man.
things
That
about
movie
it.
was dope.
When you guys
3
all
hour
watch it,
movie.
I want to do like a discussion on the show because it's really good. Yeah.
It's a 3-hour movie. I have to make a day out of it. Like I can't. Like I have to make no plans the rest of the day.
Yeah, you
3
do.
hours?
Yeah, I went at
Find
5
some
and
time to see
I
it.
came back home at 9. So it's
I'm gonna sneak a monster energy
Yeah.
into the theater just so I can
Yeah.
watch that.
I'm gonna hold it in front of him and say, "I dare you to take it."
it's great though.
Bag of popcorn and be chilling.
What the fuck Brad gonna do? Nothing.
I can't get over how good the
He doesn't
casting
get paid
was.
enough.
Like the cast is so good. Everyone fits their roles really well, and like, I mean, Colin Farrell's like unrecognizable as Penguin. Dude doesn't even look like him, but he's fantastic. Everybody in the movie's great. Like I won't say anything again until everybody watches it, but I really enjoyed it.
The
Little too long.
The only part of the Batman that I've experienced is that tweet that I saw get quote tweeted when somebody said whenever Zoe Kravitz came on screen, they started barking like Pop Smoke.
She's an excellent Catwoman. She does a great job. She's like the epitome of cool, so she did a good job. I like Zoe Kravitz. She's cool.
Me too.
Yeah.
A lot of people apparently.
Apparently. You know what else I really like? This amazing fan art that people have been doing of the Japan Time podcast. Somebody linked this.
Not
Shout
people,
out.
it's Wisdom Eel. It's always been
Wisdom Eel. Oh, it's just Wisdom Eel.
Yeah.
What? So Wisdom Eel's going all out. Can we pull this up on screen and look at these?
Oh, this is awesome.
These are awesome. Every show we're getting some of the memes. What is it? I have no idea. What's up with the JoJo face?
That's the best picture of McDareth I've ever seen in my life.
Aaron wearing the Japan Time jacket. This is clean.
It's in the podcast chat.
Okay.
Sad little Paolumu. The little play date says crank in it. The chat member that got called out. I ain't picked the cat with McDareth wearing a Billy Hatcher hat, which is fire. Oh my God, I love this. Ricky screaming by the jacket, crying. Mouthful mode Kirby over here. What is?
Wait, he did this live?
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah.
That's we've been.
It's incredible.
This stuff.
Awesome.
Wisdom Eel rules, man.
Cranking it.
Oh, I love
Sonic eating the pop. I love the Shofu plush, only $2,969.50. That would fund the next Pokemon cipher, though. So,
Jesus, Cap.
Oh man.
Oh, the
That's
melon
Cap?
or the
you
the
get
Roddy
plushies
there is
and they
very
were-
cute.
I don't know if you sold what 20 plushies at that price, you could fund the Pokemon cipher for sure, right?
You know
Something
one
like
thing.
that.
You know one thing that we never mentioned.
Hmm.
Yellow, purple, red. Shots, beaten bloody.
Bro, stop.
Paul,
No.
me Falco.
I ain't your
I
buddy.
ain't your buddy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Shofu.
Wait.
Shofu.
Does Ricky know about? I don't think Ricky knows.
Shofu.
No, well, actually, that's true.
You signed off on this?
What is it?
No. Everything was rushed. I didn't have time to change shit. I had to cut Roger's verse into like a third of what it actually was.
Literally got cut in half. So it spliced the whole verse after that line got completely cut, and it cuts to the random Kid Icarus line, and then the whole line between Kid Icarus after the Alpha Rad thing got completely cut. So like, there's a lot of stuff that got cut from that. It would have made sense as a whole, but I mean, to be fair, I don't mind. I don't mind that it was a bad verse on that video. You catch what I'm saying? It's
let's
okay.
excuse that. Let's excuse that for the Smash cipher. Let's say okay, it got cut for the Smash cipher.
What are you gonna say?
A bad kink smooching all on my balls. I don't wear condoms. Like I'm finna catch them all.
That's a bar.
That's bars, nigga. That's
Can you
fucking
explain this?
bars.
Can you explain this?
That's the fucking bars.
You're the one who's co-signing all of this.
That's a bar.
Listen, bro.
That's a bar.
You really have gone down a couple levels, my brother.
That's bar.
What?
You really are letting just them get away with anything.
Bro, that's bars, bro. What are you talking
crazy.
about?
I'm not saying it's not bars. I'm not saying it ain't
Okay,
cold.
so
I'm
what's
just
around
saying
there? Amber alert! I gotta
I'm
go.
just
I
saying
gotta
you
go.
gotta. But and okay, where are you guys getting all this money for Cypher? And somebody explain to me why was Shizzy obese in one of the videos and then like in the best shape of his life in the other one?
What?
I
have never in my life.
Who just left?
Who
Who just got blown away?
Was it Chris? It was Chris. Okay, all right, okay.
Chris is going to tell him right now.
I cannot think of a time ever thinking Shizzy was obese.
You might have just summoned Shizzy. I don't know.
The show's
There's no ass on Shizzy.
Yes,
I
you did.
can't deal with Shizzy. I'm not
Yes, you
equipped for
did.
Shizzy.
Yes, you did.
Hold
Hold
I'm
on.
not equipped for Shizzy.
I'll tell you right now. Where is he at? Is he live right now? It does. Yeah, he's being summoned. There's no way he's being summoned.
Oh my god.
I'm just wondering because he looked a little different between the ciphers, but they didn't look.
That's not what you said, bitch. That's not what you
Listen,
said.
wait, hold on.
You did not say
Everybody's
different.
chewing my
You said
words and they're transforming my words. I just said Shizzy is
said
a
obese.
handsome young black man. That's what I said.
Obese.
That's what I said. I said Shizzy is a handsome young thin black man.
That's not what I heard.
Okay. All right.
Also, Ricky,
So
I
that
mean, I know you in person, so maybe pot don't talk to the kettle. You know what I'm saying?
That's
What does that mean?
insane.
I'm just saying.
What does
I'm
that
just
mean?
saying.
What is
I
going
maybe
on?
lay off some of your
Holy
products.
shit,
That's all I'm
dude.
saying.
Roger,
Please,
the way
jeez,
that you
man.
be talking sometimes, it's as if you think I don't know about you. It's as if you think I don't know about the pot of honey. If we really want to go there, we can go there, my guy.
Please end the show.
Ricky,
We can go there. We can go.
Ricky,
We can
let's
talk
go
about
back.
Please
pots
end the
of
show.
honey
Have the
all
right
day
word.
long,
Wait.
brother.
Ricky,
What do you-
Ricky, I love you, and I encourage the honey talk.
Yeah.
I would
Okay,
realistically,
let's
I
bed
would
this.
realistically,
Let's
I
bed
would
this real
love,
quick.
I would love to
Let's
talk with honey.
let's just chill out for a
we-
second.
we
What
can
were we
talk about-
talking about a second ago?
Yeah, I think it was dancing on the tables, right? That's what we were talking about, Ricky. It was about Chase walking in the room, right? That's what we were talking about. Chase walking in the room. That's
Oh my
that's what I
gosh.
thought. Yeah. Oh
Okay,
my god.
all right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Wait, people are swinging. I don't feel safe.
It's good.
You're gonna be all right, man.
Yeah, it didn't
Hey.
need to devolve into that.
I
was
appreciate
good.
that, bro.
I love it though. You know.
Shut up, Fidel.
Yeah.
Damn, it's like that.
Shout out to Connor Eats Pants for the streamer awards or whatever, wearing the Shadow the Hedgehog chain on the red carpet. Shout out to Connor, friend of the show.
Wait, carpet. That was an in-person event.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was an in-person event. Yeah,
That can't be right.
it was.
there was.
Unbelievably. Yeah. EE met Pokimane. Love of his life. Congrats, EE.
What was
Congrats
EE
also
doing
on being.
Didn't he get banned like 2 days
yeah.
later?
I was going to say he got unbanned on Twitch today, so congrats,
Oh,
EE.
congrats.
Yeah.
Wait, so
yeah.
was he there while banned? What's going on?
Yeah,
He was
was
there,
there
and
while
then he got
banned,
banned later. He got
Yeah.
banned later.
Are you sure it was EE and not Shofa?
So this is what we're doing, huh?
We're ending the show.
What do
We're
you
ending
mean?
the show.
What do you
This is
mean?
insane.
What do you mean?
This
This
is
is what we're
actually
doing. We're
insane.
not doing
I
anything.
cannot believe
That's
this.
wild, man.
I cannot believe this.
Good night. Good night.
All right, Ricky, who's getting killed in the intro tonight or the outro tonight? What's what's the story?
Bro,
Let's hear it.
chill, bro. I keep trying to tell you. Don't bring attention to the fact that we got something playing at the end. I'm just gonna play it, Roger. Stop doing this, bro. You're ruining my immersion, bro. You're ruining my immersion, bro.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right,
Jesus.
anybody?
Well, I actually do need to preface something.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I do have to ask Shofa, did you get the other thing?
Bro, what did I just say to him, bro? Oh my god! This
We
is
need
really
better
crazy.
communication. It's my bad. It's my bad. It's my
This
bad.
is crazy,
Okay.
bro.
Let me paint the scene for you, baby. A lava lamp was sitting atop the dresser drawer, projecting technicolor lights on the ceiling and the floor. In the backdrop, the Ultimate Love Song Collection, featuring 36 of the greatest hits, sang amid the streaming aurora borealis. This would be an unforgettable luncheon. There we stood in the middle of the room naked, exchanging gazes, knowing what was fated. I carried her and laid her gently on soiled sheets. She started panting like a dog hungry for some meat. Her body shaking, trembling for affection. Then I felt a rush in my erection. One so painful that my nose began to bleed. One so painful that I buckled to my knees. Our bodies were ready. She put me in her jaw like Eddie and Nitty. I said, slow down, before the kid gon' pop like confetti. She pushed me back, then spread her legs like they were some jelly. My breathing got heavy, cause I knew it was time to pop me that cherry. Her ocean beckoned, calling me to come and dive in. So I went for a swim. Stroke 1. Stroke 2. I nutted, and I was through. I began to put my chastity belt back on. And as I got dressed, she looks up at me and says, "What the F? Are you serious?" I said, "I think it's time for you to get the heck out of my house." Tears began to well and her face flushed with lament. Her eyes a window to her soul, her hands a window to intent. Now it was clear she was reaching for the strap. that I was caught lacking in the middle of a trap. She directed 5 shots in my direction. I placed 2 fingers on my forehead and used instant transmission. She activated her devil trigger and began to flash them. Suddenly, we were warping around the room at hypersonic speeds. The camera crew who had been filming the entire scene lost track of our movements. I felt her demonic intent behind me, ready to deliver a killing blow. I caught her fist, twisting my form like a snake, and before she knew it, I had her in a double underhook suplex. I seismic tossed that bitch and shattered all 7 of her cervical vertebrae. With the destruction of vertebrae C4 and C5, her diaphragm was paralyzed, and she was wheezing for air. Then, using her final breath, she activated the island self-destruct sequence. I grabbed the Chaos Emerald that I kept safely tucked in the underpouch of my scrotum. Reaching out to Luciano, the cameraman, and my best friend, I attempted to teleport both of us out of harm's way, but Luciano and the entire crew were already dead. The mysterious man, dressed in an Organization 13 cloak, that had stood in the corner of the room from the start, was laughing maniacally as he escaped through a Steins Gate. That's when I realized he had swapped my Chaos Emerald for a fake. And this was the last time that I had sex before I went to prison.
Despair, loneliness, and desperation gripped the broken man. Swallowing the infection of a suspicious anus, he spreads his metaphysical gates and embraces perversion. On the next episode of Japan Time. Hey, yo! Tito?